And I'll tell you this. I'm just going to be straight up. And Luka had a great game, great win for the Lakers, back-to-back in Miami and all that other.
Just 4 NBA games tonight. Charlotte, winners of 3 straight, about to host a Sacramento team whose record the last couple of weeks is 5-3 after starting the season 14-50. Philadelphia's Paul George returns Wednesday after a 25-game suspension for PEDs. Golden State's Steph Curry with the bad knee will miss another game Wednesday. He's being reevaluated this week and hopes to scrimmage soon. Anthony Edwards of Minnesota is still limited to individual work. He's out with knee inflammation. And Jalen Johnson of the Hawks is questionable for Wednesday with shoulder inflammation. He's missed their last 2 games. The Cincinnati Bengals re-signed quarterback Joe Flacco. Bucs linebacker Levante David retired. The Falcons signed running back Brian Robinson. Mets shortstop Francisco Lindor is due to play in Thursday's opener after hand surgery. MLB's opening game is Wednesday night streaming only. Yankees at Giants. I'm Steve DeSager.
I've been covering this league since 1987.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Password.
Ack, a dack, dack,
That's right. Come on in. With that password, you now have full access to this very fine radio program for the next 3 hours.
Not 2, not 3, not 4.
Thank you, LeBron.
Not 5.
No matter how you listen in, Fox Sports Radio, foxsportsradio.com, the iHeartRadio app, Sirius XM Channel 83.
Wow.
And now, live,
do it live
on YouTube.
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Thank you, Bill. Appreciate it. Say my name.
Rob Parker.
Say his name.
Kelvin Washington.
We are indeed the odd couple. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on this Trash Talking Tuesday.
That's right.
Your chance to trash anyone, anything in the world of sports. We will not, NOT, interrupt you. You'll have 30 or 40 seconds to get it off your chest. And that means you'll need our phone number. And because we are, without question, the most listener-friendly national sports talk radio show on the planet.
Ben Maller.
At least when people are still awake.
How else you listen? Like you dream about it? You dream about Ben Maller? Like
Maybe. Write it down. Commit it to memory. 877-99 on Fox. For you laymen out there who can't figure out the letters and numbers, it's 877-996-6369. And if you hear feedback on the line at your own fault, it means just one thing.
You forgot to turn down the radio.
And if you call in here and have a problem with what we say, tough, because...
Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. You have a problem, turn off your station.
And if you call it, I should say, and as always...
Station got you shook.
Yes. Remember this.
Sweetie Beanie. Yeah.
All right, let's go. Big show. Let me welcome in my co-host, Kelvin Washington.
What's up, good brother?
What's happening? How are
Trash
you?
Talking Tuesday, feeling good. And now I'm not going to lie. You know how we often complain that it's a little too cool in here? Today is the first day I think it's really warm in here. Are you warm at all? A little bit?
Not yet.
Not yet? I also ran.
This is
I
light,
did run.
too. This is not heavy.
That is run. That's
This is
nice.
light. This is
Yo, are you playing in the Tiger Woods, what is it, TGL thing, whatever today?
I did pull out.
He's back. He's not pulling out anymore, Alex. He is back. He is the first time.
I hit it so good today. It was fun.
He is, and he's not pulling out of tournaments. Rob G, calm down. I'm saying he's not pulling out of tournaments. He is playing today. So I saw that, everybody's all excited. Whatever he's on, I want to be on. Rob G, you on some stuff, but you got to get on that Tiger. Brother is ripped up. Some of us trying to do it the hard way, me and Rob, but dang it. I mean, not that Tiger wasn't working out, but yeah, man, Trash Talking Tuesday, feeling good. It's a beautiful day around LA. What's up with you? You good?
Let's do it. All good. We got a lot to get to today.
We do.
A crazy day.
We're going to talk about it.
And don't forget the brand new YouTube channel, man. We appreciate all the people who have subscribed. For you guys who haven't now, go ahead. Just search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. Again, that's Odd Couple FSR. And also make sure you hit that thumbs up icon and comment away. Let us know which one is more odd. I think that's pretty obvious. And check us out on YouTube and watch us live right now. You can do it right now and check us out. Just search Odd Couple FSR and subscribe. Let's welcome in the Odd Couple crew. Wouldn't be able to do this fine radio program without him. Rob G is our producer.
Bud Mexican.
Alex is our engineer.
Alex, you're a hidden talent.
That's right. Steve DeSager's at the anchor desk.
Hey, Steve.
He'll keep us updated throughout the program.
Who's that person in the back behind
Sagar is our social media guru.
Come on.
Sagar will be with us for a couple of weeks. I think Elijah is on vacation. So
you think?
Always great.
I didn't even know
Sagar.
that till you mentioned it, but now it makes sense.
Yes.
Boy, Elijah, I don't know if he paying people for days off.
He works a lot.
Has he been here 20 years? And you know how you get like an extra few days every year?
He puts in a lot of hours. So
He
there
is.
you go. It's always great to have Sagar as well.
Shout out to Sagar. Sagar, what's up, bro? Do you bring any Indian food in? He usually brings some like his mom and his aunt. He did, for real?
That's got to be racist.
But it's the truth, though. He
did
really
bring some.
See? He usually brings some nice, crispy little things and everything. The things are good and fire. The sweet and spicy one's my favorite. Sagar know that.
Do we have sound with Wemby? Okay. Rob G. Wemby spoke yesterday and shook up the NBA, I think.
3 arguments.
Yeah.
My first one would be that defense is 50% of the game and that it is undervalued. So far in the MVP race, I believe I'm the most impactful player defensively in the league. Second argument would be that we almost swept OKC in the season and we dominated them 3 times with their real team and 4 times with the more rotation players. And my third argument would be that offense impact is not just points.
Okay. Is this on?
It's on.
This is for Wemby. I haven't made a song about Wemby because I dig Wemby. But I don't dig you right now. Wemby, please, I'm begging you, do not get into politicking for awards. You're too good. You don't need to do that. Let your ability and your play speak for itself. Don't be LeBron James telling everybody that he's the greatest of all time and he became the GOAT when this happened. Don't be Draymond Green going around trying to tell everybody he should be the defensive player of the year and all that. And thank God the writers didn't vote for Draymond Green. But Wemby, don't do this. I don't care what question. If they ask you, and I'm talking about the media ask you about do you deserve to be the MVP, that's not my job. My job is to play basketball at a high level and to win and to try to win my franchise a championship. That's what sports writers do. They're the ones who vote for that stuff. Don't get caught up in telling people. He had the audacity, the nerve, the gall to say they almost swept it. To use that term, well, we almost swept the Thunder. What case are you making with the term almost? You're way too talented and too young. All the stuff will come to you. Continue doing what you're doing. Stay healthy, block shots, score baskets from all over the place on the court. You're a star in the making. You have a chance to be one of the greatest who ever laced them up. Don't be a politicker. Don't be, look at me, vote for me guy. Don't be that guy. There's no need to do it. I don't even care if they ask you the question. Wemby, go watch some Michael Jordan interviews where they asked him time and time again, are you the GOAT? His answer is, that's not for me to decide. It's not. And it's not for you to decide whether or not you're the MVP. Guess what? You don't have a vote. Players don't have a vote. It's from the writers and the people who watch the game and are far more objective. Don't do it, Wemby. That's my message. Your public service announcement from yours truly, Rob Parker, Fox Sports Radio.
Boo! Do it! Do it! It's like Jerry Springer. Do it! Win VP! Win VP! Rob, I like this. I like this. You just mentioned it. He's a young man sitting there new to this as far as America, and they're asking him a question. He answered it. Hey, you want me to answer it? You don't want the, gee golly shucks, go Broncos. You don't want the cliche answers. He's talking. He's answering questions. He's confident, and we love it. I told you, he's emotional. He cried the other night when they got a big win. They came back from 20-something down. He cried when they lost in the Olympics. He was ticked off that they lost in the All-Star game. He's passionate. He's into it. I have no problem with this. Now, I agree. I think time will come. He'll start to become more of a veteran in the NBA, more savvy, more media savvy. But right now, he's his raw, authentic self. It's like looking at Bambi coming out, long legs, trying to figure this thing out, trying to walk before you really know your way through the forest. So I don't have a problem with this. I like the fact that, to me, he's also taking shots. He's saying, hey, the guys y'all saying, SG aside, Luka, who right now they're saying could be a number 2, number 3, depending on where you have him, and Joker, who's won it a couple of times. Listen, those guys don't play defense, and that's 50% of it. So I think he's also taking shots at them, some subliminal, low-key shots, and I like it. He's taking shots at the Oklahoma City Thunder. There was a day and age when we were saying, is Chet his rival? Are these guys going to be battling? He's letting you know that team, Chet, they ain't on our level. And I just like that the competitive juice and the competitiveness that's flowing. I like this young NBA right now. I've talked about it before. What I'm seeing from other teams, including the Thunder, including the Spurs, including the Pistons, including some fun teams like the Hornets, and obviously the Celtics have kind of been the barometer of that in the East Coast for greater part of a decade. So I just like that. I don't have a problem with it. I can kind of get what you're saying. But to me, a GOAT conversation is much different. A GOAT conversation is encompassing thousands of players who have played historically. That's more of a historical fact. And I think if you're asking me a question about what I know today, is I believe I'm the MVP or I believe I'm the Defensive Player of the Year or whatever it may be. I don't have a problem with it. And I think he's been refreshing for the NBA. And I think this is why you're excited if you were Adam Silver.
Blowing your own horn has nothing to do with being exciting for the NBA. If you want to have passion for the game, I love all that and play hard and all that other stuff. Going out and making it, that's not your job to make a case for you. Your play is what determines it. You just said it. You like it? Draymond going around trying to tell everybody he was Defensive Player of the Year last year? That's what Draymond did. That stuff is awful. It's a bad look. And that's not what you need to do. You don't need to do that. And I get it. He's young. He's better than that. Let your play determine what people think of you. You don't need to do that. It has nothing to do. I don't know that too many great players.
Don't do that. I'm glad you said it.
I can't imagine Aaron Judge saying I should be the MVP or Ohtani saying I should be the MVP.
Boy,
I don't.
Listen, this is why if I'm a young person in sports, I'm asking you, what do you want from me? 1 minute you guys saying we don't talk, we had cliche answers, we did it. The next minute I'm being honest and I'm saying things in it. The next minute I'm being
You don't need to be vain. Nobody's asking for that. You could have an answer. And you know what his answer is? I just gave it to you.
No.
If you ask me that question, go ahead and ask me that.
What makes you the MVP?
That's not for me to determine. I'm going to go out there and play as hard as I can, put up the numbers, do whatever I need to do to help my team win. At the end of the day, if they all add up, guess what? I'll be voted MVP or Defensive Player of the Year.
And guess what?
But that's not for me to decide.
And guess
How's
what?
That?
And guess
How's
what?
That for
and you
an
can
answer?
have that guy and give me an Ant Edwards, give me a Wemby, because I have a mixture. I got a Joker who never says anything. I got an SGA who doesn't really say much, or he'll say stuff kind of slick.
I love those guys.
And you know what you need? A mixture. It ain't a monolith. Every NBA player doesn't have to sound the exact same. So I love that you got a guy.
You don't need to be vain. I don't care under any circumstance.
You know who talked the most trash and who was arguably the most vain person in the NBA for a greater part of a decade, Larry Bird, talk smack to you.
Give me the video when he said he was the MVP of the league. I don't know it.
Larry Bird would answer any.
Give me the video.
YouTube, do your thing.
Yeah, okay.
Who is it, Saga today? Do your thing. Larry Bird would always talk smack, always tell the media how great he was. Are you kidding me?
I don't remember that.
You've been covering the league for 40 years, so you should know that.
I've been covering the league. And
guys like Shaq telling you how dominant he is, giving himself a nickname every other week. We need that. Everybody isn't supposed to be cliche.
That? What does that mean?
Because I just answered it. Everybody's not supposed to be, well, I just so golly shucks.
Nobody said that. Nobody said that.
Give me balance.
Talk about all my numbers are already there. I don't need to. Just like LeBron when he's like, oh, this is when I became the GOAT. Ain't nobody buying to that. It sounded awful that he determined that he was the GOAT. Ain't nobody buying that. Oh, you know when I became the GOAT? When we came back from 3-1. Yeah, that's when I became. Really? Oh, that's when you. Nobody buys into that. You don't need to say that if you are that person, and that has always been my point.
I don't buy it. Charles Barkley talked smack, told the media who he was. Dude, we have a multitude of personalities. That's what makes something great.
It's not about personalities.
Yes, it is. That's why we also watch sports. It ain't just what they do on the court. It's we love the personalities. We love the show. It's called entertainment. Dang it, Wemby, do your thing. Win VP. I like it.
877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Did you have a problem with Wemby politicking for the NBA MVP award last night? I certainly did. Of course, Lollipop Kelvin loved it.
I'm sorry. I'm Lollipop. You Lollipop. Well, I work hard. I come to work and I just do my job.
877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Where we deliver insight, not
Come
noise.
on. If you was Wemby, you would have got it right.
Right here on Fox Sports Radio, it is The Odd Couple. Stick and stay.
Unless you got to tell me how great you are in the US of A.
Let me tell you how great I am, Alex. And let me tell you how great Express Pros are. Is your business struggling to find qualified candidates? Well, if so, you're not alone. Nearly half of hiring decision makers say finding top talent is their biggest challenge. And with the average cost per hire nearing $4,700, every new employee is an investment. So how about hiring differently? Let Express Employment Professionals streamline your hiring process, saving you time and money. So get started at expresspros.com. And there are also hidden costs with hiring, lost productivity, endless interviews, and the impact on team morale. And it can all add up fast. So with Express, hiring is more efficient. Visit expresspros.com to find the location nearest you. Expert recruiters at Express have a local network of talent ready to go to work. Keep people at the center of your hiring process with your local Express team. So don't let turnover slow you down. Focus on growing your business while Express finds the talent you need to succeed. From the warehouse to the front office, Express staffs all jobs. And whether you need contract workers or new full-time staff members, fast-track hiring with Express. Visit expresspros.com today. Express Employment Professionals, building your workforce, supporting your success.
And I'll tell you this, I'm just going to be straight up. And Luka had a great game, great win for the Lakers, back-to-back in Miami and all that other stuff. MVP? Are you kidding me? How about that? There's no way, no how I would vote for Luka to be MVP. First of all, the guy is a defensive liability. This is the same guy who's been putting up numbers all year, and people said the Lakers have no shot to win. He's been scoring all year. They have no shot. That's all I heard about the Lakers. They have no shot to win. No shot to come out of the West. Right? Because you got 3 statues out there instead of defense. We know it. And then the other part, aesthetically, he's hard to watch. You know why? He's the biggest baby in the NBA, and he complains on every single call, every single time he puts up a shot in the NBA. Who wants to watch that? There's a thing called sportsmanship, too. That should be a demerit to him. I don't care. The other guys who have had bigger impacts to their team. We talked about it. I would vote for Jaylen Brown 10 times before I would vote for Luka with your vote, Kelvin. Forget about my vote.
Don't be worried about my vote.
I'm just saying, I wouldn't even vote for him with your vote, let alone mine. I can look at all these other players. SGA. I could even look at Cade, who won't qualify, and talk about what they've done. To me, most of the Lakers season was disappointing, and people wrote it off. And now they got a little hot streak on, and now I'm supposed to act like 3/4 of the season that I watched didn't happen? He ain't no damn MVP. It's called prisoner of the moment. People are so phony. That's what they do. They watch one night. I guess Bam should be MVP after the 83-point debacle. Where were those chances he should have been MVP? Luka's not the MVP of this league, not even close. I would never, if he continues to play like this, the way he plays, the big baby antics, I would never vote for him. I'm sorry, I couldn't do it, and you got to give me more effort on both ends. You don't have to be a defensive stalwart. Make an effort, and most of the time he doesn't make an effort. That's why the Lakers got swept last year in the first round. Everybody and their uncle told me, oh, LeBron and Luka, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I remember it very vividly. And for 75% of this NBA season, nobody thought that the Luka and the Lakers were going anywhere. Maybe home dinner at a show, but they weren't going to no Western Conference Finals or the NBA Finals for that matter.
All that drama you just gave me for no reason. All that drama. First of all, Luka Doncic is never going to be Pete Kawhi Leonard, Scottie Pippen when we're talking about effort. We know that. That's never going to happen. He's never going to be a defensive stalwart. However, if you've been watching for the last few weeks, not only has he, but that team has been playing much better defensively. That's what kept them in games. That's what allowed them to win 8 straight in 9 of their last 10. And I think it's like 10 of their last 11. They've been incredible lately, and specifically Luka has been out of this world, Rob. The man is averaging 41, 9, and 7, and Mr. Rob Parker, 2.5 steals over the last 8 games. And so we're sitting here saying, nobody's saying he has to be the MVP as we sit here, because there is a guy called SGA who's been out of his mind all year. And then we got an alien who's 7'5" named Wemby. But to act like he's not in the conversation is crazy, because he was in the conversation for the first third of the season. Then the team had a little rough patch. They're trying to figure things out. They've been incredible over the last, like I said, I gave you the duration of it. Right now they're sitting here third, and you're acting as if they're the Suns at 39 and 31, where it's like, they're a little over mid, or 34 and 36, the Clippers or something. The Lakers sit here 45 and 25. And again, they're third in the West, which gives yourself a punching chance of, hey, you never know what's going to happen in the postseason. That is exactly an MVP candidate. And this team...
You can't even make an argument against Jaylen Brown, who did a much better job without another star. He has 2 other guys who can score.
Jaylen Brown is absolutely an MVP candidate. Nobody said he wasn't.
I'm just saying, there's 4 guys. What conversation? There's 4 people you could pick ahead of Luka Doncic. 4. That's all I'm telling you. He's not in that. That's not a conversation. You know what you do when you go into horse races? I'm
going to tell you why it's a conversation.
There's only 3 spots that you look at, not 4, not 5 if he gets up the 5th spot. Let me tell
you why it's a conversation. It's also a conversation because we have a little rule, as we discussed. You got to play 65 games. And there are guys who are teetering right on that line. And so that also keeps it in where you might mess around and he win it just based off of that alone. Classic. Fox Sports Radio, Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on the Trash Talking Tuesday. Ephraim Salaam coming up. in about 5 minutes or so. Be good to talk to E. Professional wrestling fans, the action continues every week. TNA Thursday Night Impact every week. Don't miss the adrenaline, the drama, and the total nonstop action as you watch your favorite TNA wrestling stars. And for showtimes and more information, visit TNAWrestling.com. 877-99 on Fox right now. Rob and I taking some calls. Wemby, speaking up, campaigning for himself. Rob ain't with it. I'm with it. Where are you at? 877-99 on Fox. Who we got?
All right, let's kick it off with Reese in Lexington. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Reese? How are you?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Doing great, brother.
Good, man. Man, Rob, you got to understand, cut them some slack, man. You know the French are arrogant by nature.
I don't know that. I never paint a broad brush with a whole group of people, so I don't know that.
Oh, come on now. He's like a big French poodle. They're like stuck up. Those giant ones, that the rich people have. That's how he's acting, man. It's just that he thinks he's better than everybody right now. Like you said, vain. But I mean, that's I think it's by his nature more than anything.
Okay,
all right.
I just don't know him that way to be able to paint that brush. Thanks for the call.
I gotta get back to France. Only been there once.
Appreciate that.
Oui. Who next?
Let's go to Johnny in Virginia. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Johnny? How are you?
Hey, I'm good, guys. How are you guys doing?
Excellent, Johnny.
Good to hear you. So Wemby, slippery slope. It doesn't go both ways. You ask a player why they should be MVP, they answer the question, are you going to ask them why they weren't the MVP?
No.
Are they going to tell you?
Johnny,
it doesn't make sense.
Johnny, you as a reporter, this is journalism 101 for you, okay? You ready, Johnny?
I'm ready.
I can ask any question I want, and people have the right to say either I don't want to answer that, or that's not for me to answer, or whatever it is.
I'm agreeing.
So I'm just saying, like when people say, "Oh, well, a meteor asked them that," they ask questions all the time. I've been doing it for 40 years.
You misconstrued my point.
Okay.
I'm saying Wemby shouldn't have answered that because it's a slippery slope. What happens next time when a question comes up and it's, hey, you know what, Shea won it. Why do you think you didn't win it?
Right.
You think he's going to say, you know what, it's because I'm not really good at this. It's not something he should be doing. And I'm disappointed because I love Wemby and I'm a Spurs fan. So I hope, this kind of gets fixed. But wrong move, wrong time.
All right. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
MJ in New Orleans, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, MJ?
What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing, man?
What up, MJ?
Chilling, man. Hey, man. Let me say this to Big Vic, man. Big Vic, now become LeBron James or Professor Rob Parker in Shekelgate. In other words, don't become a master debater in the D asylum. Don't overplay your hand because you think it's wrestling. It's the NBA, which stands for nobody's buying assignment. Stop the begging like Keith Sweat. Thank you, guys. And you have a great show.
All right, appreciate it. I do love some Keith Sweat, though. I appreciate it, MJ. All right, thank you for the calls. We got Ephraim Salam on the other side right now. He is Steve DeSager, and he has What's Trending.
Good afternoon to you. Just 4 NBA games tonight. It's late first quarter, and the Hornets, who've won 3 in a row, are leading 30-17 over the Sacramento Kings. Philadelphia's Paul George returns on Wednesday after his 25-game suspension for PEDs. Anthony Edwards of Minnesota is still limited to individual work. He's out with knee inflammation. Steph Curry of Golden State with the bad knee will miss another game Wednesday. He's being reevaluated this week and hopes to scrimmage soon. Jalen Johnson of the Hawks, questionable for Wednesday. Shoulder inflammation the problem. He's missed their last couple of games. And also, college hoops has the NIT quarterfinals underway this evening. Tulsa at home leads 33-13 over Wichita State mid-first half. The men's Sweet 16 of the NCAA starts Thursday night. Women's Sweet 16 starts Friday, daytime. There are 15 NHL games tonight, including Toronto at Boston. Bruins 1-0 mid-first period. The Cincinnati Bengals re-signed quarterback Joe Flacco, who played a little bit with Cincinnati last year. In fact, he had 6 starts for him after beginning the season with Cleveland. The Falcons signed running back Brian Robinson. Bucs linebacker Levante David retired. Spring football in the UFL starts this Friday night on Fox TV with Birmingham at Louisville, a new team. Mets shortstop Francisco Lindor is due to play in Thursday's opener after hand surgery. He went 3 for 19 in spring. MLB's opening game is Wednesday night, streaming only. Yankees at San Francisco. Most teams open on Thursday. At the Miami Open, number 2 seed Yannick Sinner won his 4th-round match, but number 6 Taylor Fritz of the U.S. wound up losing. A reminder, NASCAR's on FS1 again this Sunday, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time from Martinsville, Virginia, and then the Cup Series is off Easter weekend. Back to you.
Steve, thank you so much. We are the Odd Couple. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, Trash Talking Tuesday. Hey, are you into video games? Celebrities are just a good time? Well, the Global Gaming League, it is a video game league with celebrity-owned teams. You got T-Pain has one. You got Neo. They're competing in everything from Call of Duty to Tetris. So go sign up and join the league now at globalgamingleague.com. Join now. You know the song. Ephraim Salaam, former NFL offensive lineman, Fox Sports Radio Weekends. And you can follow him at Ephraim Salaam. What up, E?
What's happening, brothers?
What's up, man? I want to go to the NBA, your team, your squad, the Lakers. The 9-game winning streak, I think they had won, was it 10 of 11? They take it to Detroit without Cade. Ends up being a really good game. Felt very playoff-like, but they lose by 3. What do you make of the run? Was it nothing because, hey, it's the end of the season, you're playing some teams that are tanking or already know their position, or is it something and you kind of like what you see heading into the postseason?
No, it's something because the teams they were playing weren't tanking. If this was after this week, that would be something with, Brooklyn on the schedule and the Pacers on the schedule and the Wizards on the schedule. But if you look at those teams they were playing teams in playoff position. They were playing Minnesota. They were playing Denver, the Rockets twice, Detroit. They were playing teams that are playoff caliber teams and are gearing themselves up and positioning themselves in the standings for the playoffs. So it is something when you can go up against top tier, the top 10, the top 15 of the league in each conference, and you can win, then yeah, if you're going on a 9-game win streak and 11 out of the last 12 against competition that's above 500 and in playoff position, then you're doing something right.
Did you watch that debacle, flag football with the NFL players? What would your take on that?
You can't. I mean, look, that's its own thing, right? That's its own thing. That's like a tennis player challenging someone who plays pickleball professionally and have been playing for years.
Right.
It's not. Yes, the tennis player has more skill at a higher level of tennis, but flag football is something that has its own specific rules and timing and all that, and just to grab some of the best NFL players, some who haven't played in the NFL in quite some time, and go out there and try to compete, champions of flag football, it was a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, we talked about it. I said it's not the same sport, to your point. It's like 3-on-3 in the world, the Olympics. It's a completely different game than what a lot of NBA guys are used to as well. Hey, there's news. You got Mike McCarthy talking about, it would be a dream for Aaron Rodgers to come back and play again. What do you make of that? And if you're Mike McCarthy, is that what you want to do?
Well, look, they don't have a quarterback, so it would be a dream because at least you'll have a quarterback and you wouldn't have to worry about that this offseason. Look, I think the only way the Steelers can get over the hump or turn the page is if they have to have a year where they are picking in the top 3 in the draft and going 900 or above. Now this is different because this is Mike McCarthy. It's not Mike Tomlin. So that expectation of always being above 500 and never having a losing season, that's not there anymore. So they very well could come out and go 3-14 or something like that, and put them to, I don't think it'd be that bad, but put them in position to actually really rebuild this team at the quarterback position with having a high valued quarterback coming out in the draft next year. That's the only way you can turn the page. You can't middle of the road into greatness with spare parts.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree. We see what other teams are doing. They're building up and getting guys that can be there for the future and looking like they're trying to have some long runs like Seattle.
Like the Raiders will be better. The Raiders will be better. What they've done this offseason, they'll be better this year.
When you say better, what does that mean? Like how much better?
I mean, they were terrible. I mean, I give them 7 wins. I give them 7, 8 wins.
With a rookie quarterback, really?
With a rookie quarterback. Oh yeah. You see the money they're spending in free agency and what they're trying to do. It's similar to the formula New England had last year.
I was just going to say.
Right? We had that same question with New England and the new coach coming in, Vrabel coming in, and trying to figure out what they were going to do. Who is Drake May? Is he that guy? They spent a lot of money on bolstering that team in the offseason. They had a great draft. One of the youngest teams playing in the NFL, and they went all the way to the Super Bowl. So I'm not saying that's going to happen for the Raiders, but they're on the right track in terms of changing what that franchise is.
I think the Patriots were a one-off. I know a lot of things went well for them.
Yeah,
and then everybody in the AFC was kind of beat up, and all the quarterbacks were knocked out.
Strength of schedule mattered too. But you got to remember, the Raiders are going to have one of those type of schedules as well.
Yeah, because I think the Giants beat more teams over 500 than did the Patriots.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So it's one of those where you look at it and go, "Wow, they got something going there," and it's just I'm not so positive of that. How about I think the Lions take another step back. I look at the division. I think they're the worst team in that division are the Lions. I look at Minnesota last year. They won only one less game than the Lions, and they upgraded at quarterback. They have defensive players. They can run the ball. They have playmakers. I like all the other teams in the NFC North except for the Lions.
The thing that's bothering me about the Lions is, look, Dan Campbell was phenomenal of coming in and changing the culture. He had to be radical. He had to do things you wouldn't normally do to change the culture. But once the culture is changed and once you reach a level of success, then you have to evolve. You can't use that same blunt force mentality to elevate now. You've already changed the culture. Now it's time to elevate. You can't throw and leave points on the field with this whole vibrato notion of we're going for it on 4th down. That's what we do. So many games they left points out on the field, and they're not learning from those mistakes, especially when you get to the playoffs. I still can't forget 2 years ago when they just went for it on 4th down right out of the Super Bowl. And so until his mindset changes, that team will keep running into a brick wall. And you're right, they'll end up being 4th in that division.
And the problem is, too, they keep losing players. I mean, that's another thing that if you start, you have a team, you draft these guys, some guys get paid, they start to move on, and then the team that you had assembled for 3 years starts to come undone. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
Hey, first of all, I didn't ask neither one of y'all to keep bringing that up, Ephraim, bringing up that. Did nobody ask you to do that?
I'm just letting you know, man, there's a pattern there, okay?
Whatever. I'm going to have Alex.
Got to break the pattern.
I'm going to have Alex make sure you fade out for a minute when you're talking about that San Francisco game. Ephraim Salam on with the Odd Couple, Trash Talking Tuesday, your boys, Rob and Kelvin. Hey, I want to go here. You, of course, you love all sports. You love hoops as well. Tournament. Rob and I talked about it. There's no real quote-unquote Cinderella. I brought up the notion that maybe there's more like Princess Jasmine or Rapunzel. And, maybe not a full-on Cinderella, but you got Nebraska, who would never, believe it or not, never won a tournament game. And that's a bigger school, especially when it comes to football. So do we need those Cinderellas? Missing? Do you feel kind of naked without them, or you just been enjoying? For me, it's been I like to see some of these bigger names go down. As long as you keep a few in there. What about you?
Well, look, I think the notion of the Cinderella team, I think that NIL has killed that. In order for these teams, I think they finally got the numbers in. In order for a team to compete and to get to the Sweet 16, I think you need upwards of like $15 million. and I don't think mid-majors will be able to carry that price tag in terms of putting a team and players together. So I think that run of Cinderella teams and that notion of going deep in the tournament as a mid-major, I think it's over. I think NIL has killed that portion of March Madness. Now, there will be some teams that squeak in and out, but I don't think teams, the 16th seed or the 12th seed or the 15th seed can make runs all the way to the Final Four anymore. I just think the formula for being successful in basketball has changed.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said it's going to be like those Iowa, Nebraska, those lower halves of a conference. They're going to have the shot.
But still, they got money to spend, they're in Power 5 conferences. But, the days of Santa Clara and Siena or
George Mason,
Chicago,
and
Loyola, that's over, man. They can't compete.
Yeah. I got to go here, too, with you. It was controversy. Some people were excited. Some people weren't. Sinners, one battle after another. You're a movie guy. What did you make?
Love Sinners. But I also thought One Battle After Another was exquisite. I thought the acting in One Battle After Another was unbelievable, just on every level. If you watch that movie, and just Tiana Taylor was tremendous. Sean Penn, unbelievable. The acting in that movie was unreal. But for the culture and for what Sinners has meant to the culture, and Ryan Coogler, like that, Sinners is my jam, right? Like the music, the energy, all of that. It was unbelievable. Michael B. Jordan has finally put himself in a situation where people can take him serious as an actor, because he changed the perception playing that dual role of Smoke and Stack, and we got to see his range, right? Which is hard to do. He was known for one thing, one level, and he's changed that opinion about himself because he was dynamic in that.
Yeah, I thought that was his best performance too. He kind of did 3 characters. He had to be the vampire dude as well.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Omar Benson Miller stole the show as Cornbread.
Friend of the show.
Yeah, I love Omar. Great guy. It's just, for me, Sinners. I went and saw it about 4 times in theaters. It was just that. It was just that entertaining for me.
All right. Well, shoot, we appreciate you, E, as always, man. We'll do it again next week.
Absolutely, brothers.
All right, no doubt. On the way, we got your Tire-Rack play of the day. We've got Shekel City as well. Stick with your boys. It is the Odd Couple on a Trash Talking Tuesday, Fox Sports Radio.
Mannix asked SGA about, the perception about him around the league. The idea that he's the free throw merchant, that he doesn't play ethical basketball, so on and so forth. And SGA had some thoughts on it. Here, I'm going to read some of these quotes here. Quote, I understand why fans are frustrated about it because they're an X, Y, and Z fan. They're playing against us, and in the past couple of years, we happen to beat their team. And we beat their team because we scored more points. And we scored more points at the free throw line, in the mid-range, the three-point, everything. So I completely understand why they're frustrated. And then Mannix pressed him later about the negative commentary surrounding his style of play specifically. SGA says, quote, everybody in the history of the NBA has an arc where everybody loves them and everybody hates them. LeBron James was hated, and look what he's done for the game. It's part of the game. I love it. It's stuff I dreamed about as a kid.
You know what? And he went on to talk about some other things. It was a good read. I'll tell you what I liked about this. What I like about it is he talked about the fact that he understands this stuff is good because he himself is going to become the villain. People are going to write, it was a couple years ago, man, I can't believe the Clippers got rid of him. He's so nice. Man, look, I'll give up Paul George any day for him. Oh, wow. Now they're having success. People don't like the way he plays. We see him on national TV more. Obviously, we saw him in the finals. And so now it becomes he's a free throw merchant, or I don't like this, I don't like that about him. And what I like is the fact whether you love him or hate him, he embraces this opportunity. He embraces this hero arc, if you will. He embraces that if you live long enough, the hero lives long enough, you become the villain. And that he knows this is good ultimately for the NBA, because when they come into town, you're going to go watch them, boo them, hate them, or obviously you may love them, love him, love the team. And if they keep being good as they have been, then they start to be in a deep postseason run. They start to be in the finals, Rob. And one of the things we may start to get is some great rivalries again. We might get Denver and Thunder have another 6-game, 7-game series. We might get him and the Thunder versus Spurs 2 or 3 times over the next few years. We might get them against the Celtics, or maybe it's the Pistons for the next few years. So to me, he understood that. He mentioned that in this article, that I know what comes with this territory. Winning a lot, it breeds a little hate, a little envy, also a little love and praise from people. It also allows for us to have some rivalries. And at the end of the day, all of this is good for the NBA. And I just love kind of where we've start to trend towards, where the teams are playing hard again. Teams are competitive. We had a handful, Rob, you might recall, we had a handful of weeks where it was dag near a fight every other game. So I like where it's going. And the best thing about it, again, is whether you like or love him or hate him, that he fully understands this. I mean, LeBron James talked about how he struggled that first year with Miami when for the first time in his life, he had the black hat, right? When the first time in his life, he was getting a negative criticism, right? Because when he grew up as a high schooler, it was like, wow, look at this phenom coming. Got the league, wow, he could be the future of the league. Chose to leave. That's when the hate started, and he didn't know how to handle that. He wasn't prepared. He admitted it. I tried to wear the black hat. I didn't like it. It wasn't me. I tried to be mean to the media, mean to fans, and it wasn't me, he said. SGA knows that comes with the territory. So I think that's great that this team know it. They're prepared for it. And to me, it leads to a better version of the NBA as we move forward, Rob.
Yeah, I don't agree. I don't think anybody hates SGA. They might not like his style of play. He's just not. What bad guy is he? He's a guy from Canada who doesn't say anything. What? How could he be a bad guy? Yeah, you don't like his style of play. You might not be. I just don't see him moving the needle on most nights in the NBA, other than that they're talented, they keep winning, and he scores 20 points every night. I don't hear the conversation. Is there a conversation that I'm missing about him?
No, I don't. I think a great example is
I'm just saying.
You brought up Luke. A lot of people look at on one end. If you're just a person who fell from Mars, you'll be like, what? Why don't people like this guy? This dude's he's insane. He makes a bunch of shots. He scored 40 a game the last. But people talk about he always going to free throw line, always calling for fouls. Or James Harden was MVP candidate or MVP winner for years, and always drawing fouls. Like once you start winning, once you start having a lot of big time primetime games, and you're winning a lot, we start to have reasons to nitpick. And I agree with you. I don't think he's dislikable as a human being.
Yeah, I don't see the buzz for him. Even after that, people respect that he won. Even last year, he won. People don't like his style of game. At the free throw line, there's all that. Even players are talking about that. But I don't know if there's any venom or any kind of pushback on him. This idea of being a villain in the NBA or something because he's winning, I'm not sure. I think he'd have to win a lot.
Oh,
I agree.
I think it's coming. I agree.
If they don't win this year, I say they don't win this year. I just don't like. People will be like, "Oh, that was great. Look at what they did." SGA maybe wins another MVP, but they don't win. Then I don't know where that conversation goes from there. Do you know what I mean? I really don't.
Fox Sports Radio, your boys, the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a Trash Talking Tuesday. Big shout out to Ephraim Salam, joined us moments ago. Rob G's going to get that up in a little bit. Check out the pod for that. Make sure we get that up. Still got a lot left coming up. Next hour, we'll have Ricky Ricardo, Yankee Spanish radio play-by-play, voice of WFAN, the fan there. We got that coming up as well. And Olden Polynice in our last hour. We'll get to chop it up with him as well. So looking forward to that. Right now, it is time for your Tire Rack Play of the Day.
Finds his man, Danis Jenkins. How quickly will he shoot? Danis goes to the baseline jump shot and hits it. 111 to 110. Now L.A. has plenty of time.
Pistons Radio there on 40 years, Tire Rack's been helping customers find the right tires for how, for what, and for where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. That's right, they'll come to you wherever you may be. TireRack.com. It is the way tire buying should be. And it's time for Shekel City.
Welcome to Shekel City, the home base for Rob Parker's daily picks against the spread.
How'd you do?
All right, 2-1 last night. 86 and 54 is the total on the year. There we go.
I'm gonna just start putting money on the 2-1.
2-1.
That's pretty much what you've been doing.
Yeah, except for maybe a couple nights, but it's been pretty steady, getting 2 out of 3, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, tonight, best bet. I got the Knicks minus 8.5.
Ooh.
Taking on the Pelicans.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me. Let's go. Taking the Nuggets minus 6.5. They're taking on the Mavericks. And I also have the Cavaliers minus 10.5.
Oh.
Taking on the Phoenix Suns. I know, crazy. So again, Cavaliers minus 10.5. Nuggets minus 6.5. And the Knicks minus 8.5. And remember, I'm not telling you who to bet on.
Yeah.
I'm telling you who I bet on.
Devin Booker has to be out. Rob G, look that up for me. He's got to be out because there's no way the spread would be that against the Suns. Suns have been playing some really good basketball overall, especially considering what we thought they would be. You know, you lose all those players, Kevin Durant, Beal, and whatnot. So Devin Booker has to be out for that to make sense. Him to be favored by our getting 10.5 points, whatever it was. All right, Rob G, while you're looking that up, not like how you have to add something else to your plate, we got a big shoe deal for one of the best guards, Acuff Jr. in college right now for Arkansas. Obviously, a lot of people high on him. To be honest, didn't get to see a lot of him till the last week. Most of the, saw him here or there. Then obviously the tournament SEC, and then now in the tournament, the March Madness tournament. And he's tough. He's tough, man. He looks good, and so he's now getting rewarded by that. Kind of setting a record too when it comes to the shoe deal.
That's right. Now, when we had Rashad Phillips on last week, everyone's like, well, he's your nephew. Of course you're going to big this kid up. No. Everything that Rashad has said about Darius Acuff Jr. Facts. He is the real deal, Holyfield.
By the way, Rashad, is he ever wrong? He's one of those
his biggest one he missed on Luka in a big way.
Coming out of the draft?
Yes.
Okay.
And now that people miss all the time, but that was one.
That was a big miss.
That's a big miss.
Yeah, shout out to my dog.
We've all missed, though. But, he's everything he said about Acuff Jr. has been accurate. And of course, today, the big news coming out is that Arkansas freshman Darius Acuff Jr. got himself a new shoe deal. In fact, he has a signature shoe with Reebok. Shaq, AI, and the fellas looking to make a comeback into the basketball space, and they're pinning their hopes on the young kid out of Arkansas.
I like it. Listen, Reebok is does Nike own them now? Who owns them now? I know Shaq is a part of some ownership there. But speaking of Shaq, you had Iverson, which is still a dope shoe and obviously still one of those retro shoes that does very well. You had the Pump, which I think might pop back up here or there. If you're from New Orleans, you call them the Soldiers. Shout out to MJ. I know he knows what I'm talking about. You got the kind of the basic classic shoe there. People still rock. But I just think it's been bought and sold twice over the last, handful of years. So I think this is good in that you're getting in early. It's kind of like we talk about with contracts for players in sports, right? You get JSN early if you're Seattle because if you wait another couple years, it might be even more money. Hey, you sign a quarterback early because it could be more money. So getting him now, tying yourself to him, he's 19 years old. If he's as good as advertised, as good as he thinks I think he's going to be, you could have kind of the next guy. He's got a little pizzazz to him. He looks like, all accounts from what we heard, he's a hard worker, dedicated to the game. He's just very mature. So hopefully, heavy on the hopefully, you don't have to worry about a lot of BS on the sidelines away from basketball. So I like the deal. for them, hopefully they can, kind of bring it back. But one thing we know about shoes and Nike, while it has been down over the last couple of years, it's still Nike. But the one challenge I will say is Under Armour put it on already a star in the NBA and Steph Curry, and that didn't really manifest itself. That didn't really all of a sudden make everybody walk around wearing the Stephs, especially when that first one came out, the Kaiser Permanente 2s.
Yeah.
When he had on the Caesar sign.
That still mattered. As good as the players are, the shoes got to be nice.
Yeah, the Caesar sign 94s, wasn't it? The Hall Monitor 5s. You can't tell me he didn't look like the Hall Monitor at school, Alex. If I said that, you know exactly what shoe I'm talking about.
I do.
The father on the road trip 3s? Come on, man.
The pastor of my son 5?
No, the youth pastor.
The youth pastor.
No, youth pastors be trying to be cool now. Skinny jeans and Jordans.
Come on.
Yeah, so you're right.
Well, what they have going for him is that, Shaq, of course, say what you want about the Shaq brand and his shoe line is that.
What you want to say, bro, G?
Shaq did a good job making them affordable for a lot of people. That was a big deal to him.
I want to make everybody have shoes. I couldn't have money when I was growing up, so now
big
everybody.
Facts. Shout out to Big Diesel.
Can you dig it?
But more importantly, they got AI in the mix, and AI was part of the rollout to this whole thing as recently as 2 days ago. So AI has some of the best sneakers in the history.
Those are still dope
of basketball. So
and you see all those chains around his neck?
Yes, sir.
That deal he signed, and thankfully AI's people told him, we're going to put your money away until a certain point. I think it was like 20 years after the deal or whatever it was. Don't quote me. That's been huge. And Iverson, still to his credit, all these years later, Alex, he's still cool. So sit next to him on that stoop like they did, that was a dope look.
We are Buffalo.
It's the Odd Couple. You know what time it is. It's your boys.
Let's get it. The Odd Couple is fun.
Check.
And informative.
Check.
What's up, America? You want to talk sports with 1.5 of the best-looking guys in the game?
That game was incredible.
You are wrong. You'll be king of the water cooler.
What's it like working with Rob? Rob in his mind is like Chris Rock mixed with Richard Pryor, so I'm running out of fake laughs. Ha ha, Rob. Rob is very passionate.
Son, you ain't ready for this. Well, I don't have BS in my game. I'm straightforward. I'm honest. You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. And, of course, it doesn't hurt that I'm right most of the time. Kelvin is the nice guy, wants to make everybody feel warm and fuzzy.
You done? Let me tell you the truth. I bring the energy, a youthful energy. Rob's not going to see this, is he? And I bring an honest opinion. Michael Jordan, I can't take it anymore. I need a break. I'm going to go play baseball.
Trash Talking Tuesday is the best.
It's a great opportunity for folks to call in, and they get to trash whomever.
Who you trashing, Roger?
I'm trashing LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
They can't even hold Wilt Chamberlain's shoes.
Stop talking about the king like that. It's a new era. Let LeBron be the best, please.
I only recognize one king in the United States, and that's Burger King. The connection with the Odd Couple audience is incredible. We really invite them in.
And they can relate, whether it be things about our own personal lives or our takes on sports.
Love you guys. You guys are killing it.
Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with your boys. They feel like it's just my guys, just my friends, and they join right in on the show.
We talk with the listeners, not at them.
Obviously, you can listen to us live, but you can still check out the podcast. You can check out our YouTube. You can check us out on social media. So in any way you want to get it, you can get it.
Yes.
There's some yelling. It is some hot takes. It's a whole lot of fun. I'll give you that.
It is fun. I agree. Begrudgingly.
The Odd Couple.
Sports talk that's too good and too fun.
In the NBA game at Charlotte, Hornets have won 3 in a row, and they're up big on Sacramento late first half, 63-47. Underway in New York, Knicks 24-23 over the Pelicans late in the first. The Knicks have won 6 in a row. About to start Orlando, losers of 5 straight, playing at Cleveland. The Magic last night lost at home to Indiana, a team that had lost 16 in a row. The late game, 11 p.m. Eastern Time, will have Denver at Phoenix. Golden State's Steph Curry with the bad knee will miss another game on Wednesday. He's being reevaluated this week. Philadelphia's Paul George returns Wednesday after a 25-game suspension for PEDs. Anthony Edwards of Minnesota is still limited to individual work. He's out with knee inflammation. And Jalen Johnson of the Hawks is questionable for Wednesday. Shoulder inflammation the problem. He's missed their last 2 games. As for the men's Sweet 16, it starts Thursday night, including Nebraska against Iowa. I'm Steve DeSager.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Hour number 2 on a Trash Talking Tuesday. Don't forget, coming up in about 40 minutes, your chance to trash anyone, anything in the world of sports, and we will not, N-O-T, stop you. So that's your chance. Hey, are you into video games, celebrities, or just a good time? Hey, the Global Gaming League is a video league with celebrity-owned teams from T-Pain to Neo, competing in everything from Call of Duty to Tetris. Sign up and join the league now at globalgamingleague.com. Also, you can check us out on YouTube, our very own YouTube channel. We appreciate everybody who has checked in with us, and then there are people who are still not signed up.
Why would they do that, Rob?
Subscribed. I'm not so sure yet, but you got a chance. All you got to do is search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. Again, that's Odd Couple FSR. Hit that subscribe button, and bingo, you got us. So Odd Couple FSR, hit it and subscribe. Again, coming up in about 28 minutes, Ricky Ricardo, who is a big-time DJ on the radio in New York, who turned to sports, who was a big sports fan, who turned into a sports broadcaster, and he does the Yankees Spanish play-by-play.
Yankees.
On WFAN, and he's also a DraftKings MLB analyst. And Rick Ricardo, as he used to be called, on the radio in New York, is real good. He actually got a chance to fill in on the English language when John Sterling last year. Yeah, so Rick is really good. Also, don't forget Trash Talking in about 40 minutes or so. So a lot to get to here.
Looking forward to that. Let's get into this. We keep talking about the game yesterday. One of the matchups folks were looking forward to. Lakers went to Detroit. They ended up losing. But the bigger conversation, Rob G, and Rob and I have talked about it, I believe even a bit last year, but definitely a couple times this year, is the rules to win an award, 65-game threshold. And Cade Cunningham has kind of popped this conversation back up with his collapsed lung.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a weird phrasing of words you used there. Pop this conversation with a collapsed lung, but that's okay.
Let me wax poetically, Rob G. Let me cook.
Slide. So Cade Cunningham, before the injury, not only was he a dark horse MVP candidate, he seemed like a lock to be first-team All-NBA. Pistons, the feel-good story of the NBA season, number one in the Eastern Conference, basically wire to wire. But now, with this injury, all signs point to him being ineligible, not only for the MVP, but for any postseason award, including All-NBA. So the NBA Players Association issued a statement earlier on Tuesday, and they used Cade Cunningham as a backdrop to get this takeoff. Here's the quote. Cade Cunningham's potential ineligibility for postseason awards after a career-defining season is a clear indictment of the 65-game rule and yet another example of why it must be abolished or reformed to create an exception for significant injuries. Since its implementation, far too many deserving players have been unfairly disqualified from end-of-season honors by this arbitrary and overly rigid quota.
And that is why I changed my mind. I was standing 10 toes down.
Shocker.
I was with this.
You're the biggest flip-flopper
man,
in
can
sports.
I talk? I was with this.
The biggest flip-flopper.
And I thought this was the best thing
you're the
ever.
Big homer. Oh,
and
if it
I
wasn't
couldn't believe
Cade,
it.
You wouldn't be there. Go ahead. I'm going to let you go, but my God.
So you jumping in actually interrupt my point, which was going to be that I actually still stand on this. Now, obviously, Cade Cunningham, Detroit, my squad, where I want him to win some awards and all that good stuff. But this is a couple of things that I still stand on. Number one, I believe this should be for the solos. Sixth Man of the Year, Most Improved, MVP, Defensive Player of the Year. Now, where you could have a conversation with me is if you said the All-NBA. And the reason why, that's going to be 15 players. So if you were to have 15 players, that's a different thing than simply the solo awards. You are the MVP. You are Defensive Player of the Year. So if it's 15 All-NBA guys, I'd be okay with that conversation there because it's different. We got to find 15 guys to fill these slots. I'm all right with that. But I still stand on the fact that this should absolutely be the 65 threshold. Now, if it goes to the 29, 20, 30 year is what they've agreed upon. And the reason why is because we're still here. The reason why we had to set this thing was because guys were missing out, guys weren't playing, guys were being those questionable injuries. My wrist hurts a little bit, I'm going to sit it out. My fingers messed up, I'm going to sit it out. I'm a little, DNP because it was a back-to-back and we, that kind of a thing. We traveled. And that's why so many guys could possibly miss it. So to me, it was there for a reason. We still have that reason, and I have to still stand on that as much as it pains me because I would love to see Cade have a shot at MVP or Most Improved or something like that. But I just think it was set for a reason. We're not fully out of the need for the reason. Guys are still missing, which is why you have Wemby could miss this. You have Joker could miss this. We know Giannis is out. We know Cade could potentially be out. And then there's a couple of guys who right there on the line if they miss 2 or 3, including like a Luka. So to me, if you look at the history of MVPs, the vast majority played 85, 90% of the season. So we're looking to change something when if history tells you the MVPs were there. One of the attributes that made them the MVP for that particular season was availability. They were there, they showed up, they played. And again, I think that absolutely matters. So yes, your stats, yes, where you rank in the standings, your record, availability is huge because it says this season for 75, 73 games, 80 games, 82 for a lot of those guys, You were the best. You were there. You were the most valuable. You showed up, and this was a season where you owned the league. And a part of that can't be you owned the league, but you only played 62 games. Or you were a defensive player, but you only played 61 games. To me, if you were getting a solo award like that, it was complete dominance, and I wouldn't change it. Despite you not letting me get my joke off, let me get my little tongue-in-cheek tease off. I digress.
Well, I got to say this. The Players Union, as lame as it gets, the idea that this is what they're going to battle for, injuries happen all the time. You have to play a certain amount of games. The whole notion that they put out a statement about Cade Cunningham, he's a fine young player. It's unfortunate that he has a collapsed lung. And he's so good that I think there'll be another situation for him to win down the line. The reason that we're here is because the players that you're protecting and sending statements out have refused to play an 82-game schedule. And you're manipulating by wanting players to play 55 games and being treated the same way as a Larry Bird or a Jordan and those guys who played 80 games or 78 is preposterous and ridiculous. It's for a reason, to keep the integrity of the awards and the accomplishments that you're crowning and giving out. There's got to be a threshold of integrity. So you mean to tell me that somebody comes in the NBA and they play the best 30 games of anybody, and they get hurt and then they don't play anymore, they should get the MVP? No, they should not. And what I love about baseball, I talk about it all the time. How do you qualify to be the best hitter in each league? It's real simple. 3.1 plate appearances per team game schedule. 162 games, 3.1 plate appearances. So that includes walks, because at-bats, right? A plate appearance. That's 502 plate appearances. You can't have 400 plate appearances, bat 400, and have it count. It doesn't go like that. When it comes, do you know what when it comes to the ERA title? A pitcher must have at least one pitched inning per team scheduled game. 162 games mean you have to pitch at least 162 innings. Not 140, not 120 because you got hurt. That year you don't qualify. It's okay. Everybody knows. Everybody knows Cade played great this year. It's unfortunate. But for really, that's the memo that they want to send out, and a statement about the notion that it's unfair and too rigid because your membership, the NBA players, have stuck it to the fans and decide they don't want to play. They want to sit out 15 games a year, 12 games a year. That's on you. That's why we're here. They never had this before. Why did they have to add this? Because you let the league down. You let the fans down. You collectively. If you're hurt, we understand. A scheduled day off, play 82 games. There are 365 days in a year. You can't play 82 basketball games? Really? Flying private jets, masseuses. I mean, they're taken care of. You can't play? And now you want us to dummy down the awards so that you could give it to people who don't play a significant amount of time. The dumbest thing I ever heard, typical in this world we live in, which is a participation trophy. As long as you showed up, let's just give everybody a trophy and an award. And this is not against Cade Cunningham. This is against the idea that they would send this out. And the same thing, if the Joker doesn't have enough games or whatever, doesn't make it, sorry. Sorry, that's just how it should be.
So if you look at this, generally they play about 93% of the games MVPs, which totals to about 76 of the 82 historically. So again, to me, it sucks that your better players could be out of it this year, Wemby, if he's right on the threshold, right? He can't.
But this is an anomaly this year,
and that's what I'm saying. So the idea to have to change it because some of your better players, all just for whatever reason, didn't play 82. Why do I have to go against history for that? Because, and maybe that is the story of 2025, 2026. A bunch of guys played very well. They were kind of nicked up, banged up, in and out of the season. Maybe that's the story of 2026. And again, it pains me to have to say that because obviously I would love for K, but that's the facts. And again, until we have sustained seasons, back to back to back, 2, 3, 4 seasons of guys playing, your MVP playing 80, 78, 79 games, guys playing high-level games, and we don't have to worry about that because, to your point, we had to create this for a reason. So since 1955-56, only one winner has played less than 80% of the games, Rob. So, again, that's not common. The anomaly is guys playing less than 65. That's the weird. Those are the anomalies, and those aren't the more common thing. The more common thing is guys are playing 93% of the games, or 76 or up. So to me, that's just the standard. Now I'll go back to the point I said. If you wanted to make it all NBA guys, I'm okay with that because you got to get 15 slots, right? First team, second team, third team. So I'm okay with that. Hey, we got to fill these slots. Kate was great.
Nah, I'm not with it.
Yeah,
I still think you still got to have
I'm okay with, but for me, I'm okay with that. And last point is, again, the Players Association, they agreed upon this a couple seasons back. They agreed upon this. They agreed to go from 29 to 30 season. So all of a sudden, now they're trying to change it. And again, this, whether it be your parents you're trying to convince, a teacher, a coach, or whoever, usually you got to have some better evidence for something, right? Where you would say, hey, mom or dad, can I get off punishment? You asked me to get an A, and I didn't get an A, but I got an A minus. And they might go, you know what? All right, you worked hard, you got an A minus. This isn't the season to come and say, hey, look, and change us, because it proves the point that most of these really good players, the high-level guys, the big names, aren't playing a bunch of games. So it sucks, but this is the season that will prove the other point of this is why we made the rule in the first place. Look at all these guys who played less than 66 games. So to me, it's actually counterintuitive. You didn't come saying, hey, look, we had most of our stars play 70-plus games. Can we change the rule back, right? That's when you would make sense. You say, all right, now that I see this is working, let's change the rule. This is another season where the rule actually kind of makes sense, unfortunately.
All right, a basketball Hall of Famer can't stop embarrassing himself. We'll tell you who that is. It is The Odd Couple, where we deliver insight, not noise. Right here on Fox Sports Radio, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, on this Trash Talking Tuesday. Stick and stay.
For some of the best trash talk in the US of A.
Justin Fields has been dealt to the Kansas City Chiefs for a future 6th-round pick, presumably so Fields can back up Patrick Mahomes, but possibly to start the first couple of games of the season while Mahomes rehabs a knee injury.
I've read all the comments. People thinking that Andy Reid is Mother Teresa and going to save Justin Fields, and it's everybody else. Every place he's been, it's everybody else. It's the offensive coordinator. It's the ball boy. It's the masseuse at the facility.
Whoa.
It's everybody except Justin.
The Browns.
Except Justin Fields. I think it's if he's going to be the backup quarterback and he doesn't play and holds a clipboard and goes to practice and does all that stuff, he should have a long career. He should probably play for 10 or 12 years. Mm-hmm. If you really think Andy Reid is going to turn him around, I just don't see it. Like, he's had opportunities. He went to the Jets. They gave him the quarterback job, didn't they? Was there
mm-hmm.
They gave him the job. Aaron Glenn swore by him, the toughest quarterback to defend and work up a game plan for. That's what he said. Go read the quote. And what happened? They couldn't wait to get him out of there, right? It was really, really bad. Everywhere you go, you can't keep blaming everybody else. And Justin Fields, he seemed like the greatest guy in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if football's really, his main focus. I know he wants to be a missionary. At least that's what I read. I think he's had ample chances. And I'm not saying that he can't go there and be a serviceable backup. He go there for Patrick Mahomes and not play for 8 years. Okay, that could work. Or you play once in a blue moon. Starting quarterback in the NFL, I don't care if Andy Reid was working with him. I don't see it.
Here's why I totally get what you're saying, but the little pushback that I'll offer you. Justin Fields had Matt Nagy. He had Matt Eberflus as his coach in Chicago. Then he goes with Mike Tomlin, solid coach. We know, a very good coach, and a well-run organization in the Steelers, and he has some success. They chose to go with the Super Bowl winner and Russell Wilson, and that ended up being it for him. But we saw some success there. He's 4-2, 10 touchdowns, I think 1 interception, and was solid.
His numbers weren't good.
He was solid. But I'm not even here to act like he was some Pro Bowler or some amazing player. My point is, we saw some success. We saw some semblance of, oh wow, okay, he's a pro. Goes to Aaron Glenn. Chaos with the Jets. He's a horrible player. They aren't great. Bad situation. The only pushback I have, because I totally get what you're saying, but I would offer that the only time we saw him with what we would deem a well-run organization and a good coach, we saw some success. So that would be the only thing I would be interested in, is to see now you're with, obviously, somebody who's great offensively in Andy Reid. If nothing else, that's what he's been, is great with quarterbacks and great.
I think that's the biggest cop-out, that the only way a player can have success is if everything around them works. Mm-hmm. When we've seen players go to bad teams and turn it around and overcome that. And I'm going to give you, Cincinnati had not won a playoff game since Moby Dick was a guppy. Mm-hmm. And they couldn't win a playoff game. Joe Burrow, Rob G, am I lying? Don't go to Cincinnati. No, I'm trying to make the case that you're making for Justin Fields. You could Google it. Stories. People are trying to tell Joe Burrow, don't go to Cincinnati.
Right, of course
it's a bad organization. That the owner doesn't have money. It's a mom and pop store. They don't even have an outside facility. They don't even have an indoor facility. Mm-hmm. Like, there were all these bad things. The guy got hurt, played 8 or 9 games his rookie year, came back the next year, went to Kansas City and beat Andy Reid and Mahomes and the Chiefs and went to the Super Bowl. And my only point is, it can't always be everybody else.
But you said only, and I'm not saying that. I'm saying Joe Burrow might have had the greatest college football quarterback season we've ever seen. Joe Burrow is amazing. Justin Fields ain't that. So Joe Burrow can take a team that isn't that great and make them look better. And by the way, since then, Joe Burrow's been miserable. Joe Burrow, I don't even know if he want to play football anymore.
Not the point.
My point is that now look at him in his bad, unwell-run organization.
People tried to talk him out of going there because they said that was a badly run organization.
And it has been ever since.
And he still was able to get them to the Super Bowl.
I'm not disagreeing. It's a fact. It's the Odd Couple on a Trash Talking Tuesday, which is coming up in about 20 minutes. Professional wrestling fans, the action continues every week. TNA Thursday Night, Impact every week. Don't miss the adrenaline, the drama, and the total nonstop action as you watch your favorite TNA wrestling stars. For showtimes and information, visit TNAWrestling.com. Ricky Ricardo on the way. Yankee Spanish radio play-by-play voice for WFAN, as well as DraftKings MLB analyst. Looking forward to that. 877-99 on Fox. Should they change the threshold for NBA awards? Oh, what happened? My bad. Forgot it's Trash Talking Tuesday. I was so locked in, Rob G. I was so locked in. Well, anyway, back to you, Rob G. Scottie Pippen, who's always popping up for something, is back now with a commercial.
Yeah, he is. We're all excited. Mr. Pibb's got a new flavor, and they're really
kind of funny.
They're coming at it in a big way, and in order to promote it, they brought in Scottie Pippen, Hall of Fame basketball player, help him promote Scottie Pippen, promoting Mr. Pippen. It seems like a great marriage, right? Well, take a listen to this little needling that Scottie dropped in the commercial. Take a listen.
Let's set the record straight about Pib. When you think about Pib, you think of what? Second best?
Fact check him, Pip.
When something has been considered second best for so long, we just blindly accept it as gospel.
A decades-long plot built on marketing, social media.
Multi-part documentaries.
Pip took that personally.
Yeah, I said it. Pip is a GOAT.
It's Pib.
Don't correct me.
Shout out to Van Lathan, the homie Van Lathan. He's the voice of the interviewer in that spot. I like the Rob. I like his fun. I mean, at this point, let me tell you, you talk about some flip-flopping. Scottie Pippen has more flipping flops than some you wear at the daggone beach. Oh, Jordan's the best. No, he's not. No, I was. Man, we had the best team ever win it. LeBron's better than Jordan. No, he's not. I never know what I'm going to get from him. But this commercial was kind of funny. Thought it was cute. I don't take it too seriously. And I like that he knows kind of where he is in the lore of all this and having fun and kind of poking fun at himself.
I just think Scottie Pippen is embarrassing. That's the word I would use. Dude, let it go. You never. This is like something like you're in a battle that you're not going to win. Embrace Michael Jordan. You played with him. You were a big part of them winning 6 championships. In your own right, you're top 75, right? Top 50.
Oh yeah.
A player. You have a lot of accolades and a lot of things, and people give him a lot of credit. He was a big part of it.
Nobody to use your terms poo-poo, Scotty.
But I just don't understand why 1 minute he's the greatest player ever, next minute LeBron is the GOAT, next minute it's like he blows whichever way the wind blows, and it sounds bad. Like I get it. Like there are people to be jealous of. I don't know how you ever win. You're just not going to win, and it always seems to be something like the same thing. He was mad about The Last Dance, and he didn't get paid for that. Okay, it's real simple. When they ask you, you have to sign paperwork. Mm-hmm. How much do I get paid to sit down and do a 8-hour interview?
And most of the time you don't for a lot of documentaries.
No money? Okay, then I'm not doing it. What documentary do they have about The Last Dance if Scottie Pippen's not involved? Like that, I don't understand it. Let's do it, like it would have been like you're doing the
Yankees one.
The Supremes, right?
Uh-huh.
And Diana Ross says, I'm not going to participate. Or what?
Will have to be one other guy.
But you know what I mean, right? But you get my point.
Was Mary Washington?
Like you don't have enough
a key cog in this
to be able to give the true story. And if Scottie wasn't there, or a couple people decided not to take part in it, I don't think you could go forward with the project. I really don't, to get the real story. And that's where he had leverage that he didn't use. His people, whoever told him, they knew they were making money. ESPN was making money. Michael Jordan. Why would you not ask for a payment? I don't understand that.
I'm not trying to be funny.
I do stuff all the time. Mm-hmm. There's got to be some sort of payment.
Compensation.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be funny either, but I mean, you remember in his NBA deal, he made a bad deal.
Everybody told him, including his agent, don't sign the deal.
Including the owner.
Don't sign the deal.
You sure you're doing this? Because the owner told him,
We're not
if
gonna
we're
open
doing
it
it
up.
now, don't come back for 5 or 6 years. This ain't current day NBA or NFL. Hey, I signed this. Can we re-up in 2 years?
They all told him not to do it.
Don't do it. And I understand his reasonings. I got, 11, like 10, 11 siblings and all that stuff, and Pops had a stroke, and I get that.
But you didn't have to sign that many years. Like to
3
they told
year
him.
half up. They told him, don't come back. And now, after about 2 years in, that deal looked crazy for a top 10 player in the NBA at that time. And I think they had him at like the 300th most, something crazy paid player.
It was
in the
really
NBA.
bad.
Yeah, and it had to sit with her for a year. And obviously, I don't think the Bulls did great business, which is hence where we are present day.
The only reason I'm gonna say is that they did. Like they both warned him, even the owner.
Right.
You say like because the owner.
I brought up the owner. Yeah,
he did tell him.
But I mean, good business says, just, hey, I'm going to take care of this guy. Like, sometimes you can do what's good on paper. Yes, legally, contractually, we said this, but you've been great for us. You went over and beyond.
Michael Jordan didn't make a lot of money.
And put him in the list, too.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Take care of him.
Michael didn't make money until his last 2 years with the Bulls. David Stern was making more money than Michael Jordan during his heyday.
And that is blasphemous is my point. That should never be, which is why the players are getting back at him now. How dare that? Makes no sense that the face of not just your team, not even just the league, American sports.
That's what people
for a
made
decade
back then.
at that at that time. Michael Jordan that's just crazy. All right, but yeah. So shout out Pippen, and shout out more importantly, my dog Van Lathan for that. Ricky Ricardo on the other side of trending. We'll talk some baseball. That's right, opening day tomorrow. Rob, I know, is excited about that. Steve DeSager. Hey, Steve, what's trending?
Hey there, one team is opening on Wednesday night, streaming only, Yankees at San Francisco. Most teams open on Thursday. That would include Pittsburgh and Paul Skeens at the Mets. Mets shortstop Francisco Lindor is due to play in Thursday's opener after hand surgery. He went 3 for 19 in the spring. The Bengals re-signed quarterback Joe Flacco. The Falcons signed running back Brian Robinson. Bucs linebacker Levante David retired. Just 4 NBA games tonight. The Knicks have won 6 in a row, and right now they have a lead of just 51-49 over the New Orleans Pelicans, who entered 25-47 this year. Hornets at home with a huge lead, and it's only third quarter. Mid-third, 98-57, Charlotte ahead of Sacramento, a Kings team that is 19-53 this season. And underway at Cleveland late in the first quarter, Orlando, which has lost 5 in a row, leads the Cavs 24-23. The late game starts after 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Denver at Phoenix. The Suns just ended a 5-game losing streak on Sunday. Steph Curry with the bad knee for Golden State will miss another game Wednesday. He's being reevaluated this week. Philadelphia's Paul George returns Wednesday after a 25-game suspension for PEDs. And Anthony Edwards of Minnesota is still limited to individual work. He's out with knee inflammation. In the NCAA tournament, the men's Sweet 16 starts Thursday night. The NIT quarterfinals started tonight at 1 seed Tulsa, the home team up on Wichita State 62-50 with about 12 minutes to go. After this, 1 seed New Mexico will be hosting St. Joe's. 15 NHL games tonight. Toronto in the second is tied 1-1 at Boston. Second period at Montreal, Canadiens 3-2 over the Hurricanes. And in the second period, Ottawa has a 3-0 lead at the Red Wings. At the Miami Open, number 2 Jannik Sinner won his 4th-round match. NASCAR's on FS1 again this Sunday, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time from Martinsville, Virginia. Then the Cup Series is off Easter weekend. Tyler Reddick has won 4 of the season's first 6 races. He's part of the team co-owned by Michael Jordan. Back to you.
Hey, Steve, thank you. It is the Odd Couple. He's Rob. I'm Kelvin on a Trash Talking Tuesday. Rob, you want to line them up now? 877-99 on Fox, 877-99 on Fox. Trash Talking coming up in about 10 minutes, give or take. Looking forward to that. And for over 40 years, Tire Rack's been helping customers find the right tires for how, for what, and for where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com. It is the way tire buying should be. Joined now by Ricky Ricardo, Yankee Spanish radio play-by-play voice for WFAN and DraftKings MLB analyst, RR_Ricardo fan. Hit him up there on X. What's up, man? How you doing?
Man,
what's up, my man?
24 hours from now, we're off and running. And Kelvin, I'll tell you what, me and my man Rob, we go back so long. We got to do a show one day just on Rick James and Prince stories from my days back in music radio.
Hey,
all right?
and let me
Rick
tell
James.
you, Rick Ricardo, back in the day on WBLS in New York, anybody who was growing up back then, we all knew Rick, had a great radio show and whatnot, and he always loved sports, made that transition, and it's great, Rick, that you are doing Yankee baseball. How many years has it been now?
This will be year number 15 for Yankees baseball and 15 years doing Philadelphia Eagles football and Espanol also. So they keep me busy all year round. Yeah. And now year 1 with DraftKings, my man.
Yeah,
love it.
Very, very much so. I want to start here. I did hear that the other day, and fans pay. They have a right, and I'm not saying – I'm not one of these guys who doesn't think fans don't have the right to boo. Remember, was it 2 years ago, Aaron Judge had a terrible April. You remember that? And they were booing him, and he was awful. Sure. But they booing him now in spring training games? Like what? Where are we, Rick? Really?
Well, look, I was there, okay, Friday night. He had just gotten back from the, World Baseball Classic where, let's be frank, did he produce everything that he could have in the WBC in the big moments? He did not. Now, he had a good early couple of games against the weaker, pitching teams. But in the championship game, he had his chances, and he didn't produce. And people go back and they blame Judge for a lot of Yankee failures in postseason in the past 7-8 years. Ever since he got to the major leagues, he's had a rough go of it. Now, there's another guy that used to wear 25 for the team we're playing tomorrow night, the San Francisco Giants, and his name was Barry Bonds. And Barry had a reputation for being a terrible postseason player until finally one off season. I don't know what he did, but when he got into the next time he got into the postseason, he exploded, and he was the Barry Bonds that we all know and love. My gut feeling is that if it's hopefully this year, but the next time number 99, gets into a postseason situation in a crucial spot in a ball game, he will come through. But a lot of people, it's an accumulation of the dropped fly ball in center field in the World Series against
but
the
last
Dodgers.
year, I get that, Rick, but last year he had one of the greatest seasons for a hitter. I mean, nobody, you know this, Rick, you do the games every night.
Yeah.
The league average is 242. This dude batted 331 with power. Nobody does that against the kind of pitching that we see where everybody throws 100 miles an hour.
Look, he had a big strikeout in the postseason last year against the Toronto Blue Jays in a clutch game up in Canada. Now, he made good for it with hitting a home run, extending the series a bit. He has his moments, but I'm still waiting for the breakout postseason performance from Aaron Judge. Now, granted, I was there at Steinbrenner Field on Friday night against the Orioles when he got a smattering, and it wasn't a lot of people, fellas. Right. We're talking about 30, 40 people. But it's very quiet at those spring training games, so the boos are very clear and they seem very loud. When the audio mics pick them up. But in that setting of a spring training game where people are just chilling, it's a Friday night, it's a beautiful night in Tampa, Florida, for a couple of clowns to boo one of the greatest hitters that we've ever seen in our lifetime, and to have that seep through the audio, and into the radio broadcast, and then have the John Heymans of the world talking about it, and it spreads like wildfire on social media. But if it's even one fan that's disappointed in any way, shape, or form about the captain, number 99, Aaron Judge, then shame on that fan or that group of fans, because it far outweighs whatever negative he's done in postseason. What he does each and every year and brings the thrills and production and everything that he's about, what he brings to that Yankee uniform, should overshadow any negativity that anyone can ever blame him for.
You're right, Rick, but here's the problem. He becomes a victim of his own success. I think fans are now like, what's next? You got the MVPs, you got the batting titles, you've done this, done that. That's the problem, is they're almost like, well, what else is there to check? And it's that World Series title or that magical big moment. But to be fair, why don't we hear this with, Mike Trout hasn't done anything. Typically in baseball, we're able to compartmentalize and say it's not a singular player. It's not Mike Trout. It's not Harper. It's not guys who haven't won as well.
And even in the WBC, all those guys didn't hit.
Right.
Like Harper hit a big home run to tie it, but go look, he batted 160 in the WBC.
And so is that the problem? He's just a victim of it. Other guys are really
he's a big
good.
Star.
Yeah.
Guys, fans in New York want him to be number 2. They want him to be Derek Jeter, who it seemed like always came through in the clutch, or to be Bernie Williams, who every time you needed the big hit, he was there. It was magical. It was something that was almost automatic with some of these Yankee heroes. That's what they're expecting from Aaron Judge because they get so much of it during the season. So, yeah, he spoils the fan base being the great, great player that he is in the regular season. And then, look, big hitters against top-of-the-line pitching in postseason, things get a little bit tighter. But I'm telling you, at some point, he's going to take his frustrations out on somebody's pitching staff, and then hopefully it's this year in the postseason, and Aaron Judge can erase all the smatterings of boos, and he can take his place amongst the greats in Yankee history.
He is Ricky Ricardo, Yankee Spanish radio play-by-play voice for WFAN, and also DraftKings MLB analyst on with the Yacht Couple on the Trash Talking Tuesday.
Now here's one I would like to find out, Rick. Okay, so when Juan Soto left, which I thought was crazy because we know about the Yankees and the Dominican fans and how crazy they are. They loved him. I thought it was a match made in heaven, to be honest. And, of course, he had a great year with the Yankees. And he went to the Mets for, a little more money and whatnot. And then a lot of my friends who were Dominican, they're like, I'm done with him. You know what I mean? Who are Yankee fans. Just to feel for, you being on the Spanish language and the fans and where they are, Yankee fans. Are they done with Juan Soto? Do they kind of look over and see what he's doing in Queens? Or what kind of vibe are we getting from him?
No, it's and Rob, by the way, Kelvin, Rob is an honorary Dominican.
There we go. You know that.
In New York City, Uptown, Washington Heights, he could walk down the street butt naked. He'd be all right.
There you go.
Thanks a lot for that sight. I don't know that image. Thank you.
But no, the Yankee Dominican fan has yet to forgive Juan Soto for crossing the RFK Triborough Bridge. Okay, that runs deep. They keep an eye on him. Obviously, when he was on the WBC Dominican team, they cheered for him there. But that is all now put to the side. He abandoned the pinstripes. He abandoned the Bronx. He abandoned Yankee Stadium. And most of the feedback that I've gotten from the Latino fans that are, pure pinstripes is that once he put on that blue and orange of the New York Mets, he was not Juan Soto, not the one they adored when he was still right behind or right in front of Aaron Judge in the lineup.
No doubt. All right, Rick, we got to run.
Appreciate you, Rick, man.
Thank you, and good luck.
Let me talk to you about DraftKings.
Go ahead.
Tell us.
Book, it's in Spanish now. Okay?
Wow.
A fully integrated Spanish language experience. So now with Major League Baseball, Rob, you know how much Latinos love to wager.
Yes.
So now they can wager on how many times Soto's going to strike out in the game, or how many times Judge is gonna shut the boos up. All right, DraftKings Sportsbook in Spanish. Download it today. Listen to the game in Spanish. Make a bet in Spanish. DraftKings, La Corona es tuya. The crown is yours. And now DraftKings is number one with their sportsbook in Espanol. Can't beat that.
I love it. Now, Rick, you're in San Francisco yet? Where are you?
No, we're doing these series. Well, it's Netflix tomorrow night, and Netflix took over all the booths.
Okay.
So I'm going to do this game remotely, and then we'll join the team for the rest of the road trip.
Okay.
Gotcha.
All right, sounds good. All right, Rick.
All right, thanks, Rick. Appreciate it, man.
Bye-bye.
All right, on the way, Trash Talking Tuesday, 877-99 on Fox, 877-99 on Fox. Your chance to trash talk whomever, whatever. We'll do it next. It's the Yacht Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
Yeah, it's a big week for us here at Fox because they were killing the game when it came to the WBC ratings. The 2026 WBC final where Team USA came up small once again. Had a robust, to quote Rob Parker, 10.78 million viewers. Most watched WC telecast on any network ever. All right. And just for some context, in case you're like, hey, 10.8, it's not a big number. I've heard numbers bigger than that. For context, guys, the 2025 NBA Finals average viewership, 10.2 million viewers. So, Rob, I ask you this. With these ratings coming out for the WBC, the championship game specifically, does this cement the fact that baseball is now the number 2 sport in America, not basketball?
I'm going to say this first.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it ever wasn't. The NFL, we know where that fits in.
Yeah.
Baseball, no sport can compete because it's only once a week. It's just totally different. And even the people who watch, they don't care about the teams that they're watching. They might have a player or two on their fantasy. So that changes. And the other part is the gambling aspect that you cannot ignore. Okay? Football used to be, Kelvin, on ABC for Monday Night Football for a long time. Do you know why it moved off of Monday Night Football on the network? Wasn't doing well. Prior to fantasy,
prior to
you know what I mean,
Fantasy
and the and football. So it's in a different league. Baseball, these numbers to me are significant, and part of it is you had about 20 or 25 Hall of Famers retire, right?
Mm-hmm.
A-Rod, Big Papi, Bonds, Pool. Am I right? Like 25,
Mm-hmm.
like Hall of Famers, guys who have played a long time. So there was a lull. Then the game got boring because it was home runs or strikeouts. I'll be the first one to tell you. It was just brutal, right? No base running, no hits, the shift. Guy hit a bullet up the middle, and there's the shortstop right up behind second base, right? Take a hit away. All that. And now you look, and as you see numbers decreasing for sports leagues, Kelvin, on television, baseball has bucked the trend. Baseball's numbers continue to grow, and probably the most promising is the social media numbers, right? Because that's your future, that's your young people. So those numbers have continued to grow as well. But these numbers here are pretty shocking for me, even for me. I'm okay with the WBC, but I'm not crazy, right? I'm not all the way crazy. These numbers, Kelvin, for an exhibition in March, these aren't ratings counting Venezuela, the Dominican Republic. Mm-hmm. You're not counting any other nations. We talked about the World Series numbers that were gigantic without covering Canada. Canada's numbers didn't count. So all I'm saying is, while some leagues complain, and you could go and look it up for yourself, and you've heard Adam Silver talk about, the World Series, the presidential election, this, that. Even this year, Kelvin, NBA Saturday night primetime games, down 20%. Sunday's doing way better. They're up, but they're down 20% Saturday night. So I look at baseball, I look at their attendance numbers, 73 million tickets sold. More than all the other leagues combined. And probably the best sign is that the numbers, despite, television real well, most things going down as far as viewership. You know that? National news programs. Look at all the talk shows, right, that they're canceling. Like, the numbers are not really good for television. But live sports and national news are what moves the needles now, Kelvin, and baseball is doing really well. Those numbers are ridiculous.
That's great for baseball. It's been, and I've had the honor of doing the show with you now for 2 baseball seasons, and we've sat up here, we've marveled, we've enjoyed. In my first go at it, what did we get? We got Yankees Dodgers for the first time since ¡81. So if you're the league,
and we're not new to the party because we talk it. You know what I mean?
Oh, without a doubt. And so what I'm going to do on my portion of this segment, Rob, I'm going to just echo what you said, but the NBA version in that everything you said is factual for MLB. I think if you're the NBA, you take note of that, right? Rob and Kelvin on a Trash Talking Tuesday. Thank you, Ricky Ricardo. Appreciate it. Joining us, Rob G will get that up on the pod here in a little bit. Hey, are you into video games? Celebrities are just a good time? Well, the Global Gaming League is a video game league with celebrity-owned teams from T-Pain and Neo competing in everything from Call of Duty to Tetris. Go sign up and join the league now at globalgamingleague.com. It is now time for Trash Talking Tuesday.
Hey, it's Trash Talking.
Don't you ever talk about me!
It's Trash Talking Tuesday.
It's your teeth, Reggie. I don't know whether to smile at you or kick a field goal, man.
All right, let's kick it off with Chad in Cincinnati. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Who you trashing, Chad?
I'm trashing Kelvin. You always sneak dissing Ohio. Got something negative to say about the Bengals, Joe Burrow. You always got something negative to say about Ohio State. You be sneak dissing us. We want to like you, man, but you be sneak dissing and hating so much. We don't care about your high school basketball championship or your women's clothing line. When Rob is not on, it's hard to listen to you with the other guests. So thank you again and have a wonderful day.
No doubt.
Oh, man. Hey.
Chris.
Who next?
In Florida, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Who you trashing, Chris?
I'm trashing Kelvin. Rob, love you. I've been listening to you for years, brother. Kelvin, man, it's not a black or white thing when it comes to booing in New York, brother. You know those guys will boo your mother. They'll boo your sister, your cousin, black, red, yellow, brown. They just love booing people up there. They ain't got nothing to do with black or white, man. And they don't boo Mike Trout because he's the only good player that they've ever had out there. So, all good, guys.
No doubt. Appreciate you.
Yep. 877-99 on Fox. Andrew in Chicago. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Who you trashing, Andrew?
What up, guys? Of course.
Well, first, let me
trashing
say this. Thank you. He's filling in for Elijah and making our social media placards for Shekel City. So, Andrew, we appreciate that.
Oh, shout out to
Yes.
Okay. Shout out to Andrew.
And anytime you guys need anything, you know I love creating. So it's my pleasure.
All right, go ahead.
I'm trashing my White Sox. Come on, like the season's about to start, and you already have the legend Frank Thomas suing you. I feel like it's so obvious. Like, let him know you're going to use his name, and then you're using his name and not even giving him anything. Come on now, how are you going to profit everything and then use his name and then not giving him a cent? And then, real quick, this isn't the first tension. In 2005, remember the GM at the time, Kenny Williams, said when he left, he's an idiot. He's selfish. That's why we don't miss him. We don't miss him. By the way, come on, like, who says that?
No doubt.
No doubt.
We got you. No doubt about it. Hey, Ken.
Pay the madness money.
In California, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Who you trashing, Ken?
Well, it ain't Rob or it ain't Kelvin. I'm actually praising Kelvin. He's the only one that stuck up for the NIL yesterday, the underdogs in the tournament. Oh, Rob, he was just lollygagging, just swish-swashing side by side with it. When all the thing that got Rob excited was Sean and Sacramento, my cousin from another mother, my brother Sean, and my cousin. No Cinderellas. Come on, Rob, no Cinderellas. They killed March Madness. That's what it was all about. Lyle Merriman, UNLV, San Diego Aztecs. Come on, Rob.
All right, Ken.
Bye.
Thank you.
No doubt. Appreciate you.
Chiming in.
It was your week.
Mace in San Diego. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio.
Who you trashing, Mace?
Benoit
Benjamin. This former NBA center did not play in a 1986 preseason game with the Clippers due to the fact that he accidentally brought two left shoes. You can't make this stuff up. This was the first time in NBA history a player to sit out specifically for that reason. Despite your buffoonery and being lackadaisical player who disgraced the basketball uniform, in 1993, the Lakers traded Sam Perkins to the Seattle Supersonics for your sorry excuse of protoplasm. As a member of the Lakers, you started 0 games and only averaged 4.4 points a game. That trade was absolute Bravo Sierra, one of the worst trades in Lakers history that has had my blood boiling every day for the past 33 years. Despite your mediocrity, you managed to play 15 seasons in the NBA. Because of your lack of effort during your career, you should repay your salary back with a ginormous interest rate to all the teams that wasted their millions of dollars on your star excuse of a career. And to top it off, you owe it to the Clippers organization for drafting you, and therefore, you should become the caretaker and personal diaper changer of the most odious, reprehensible, and disgraceful former NBA owner, Donald Sterling!
Time!
Oh, my. Do we have time to squeeze in Mitch from New Jersey? Mitch, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Who you trashing, Mitch?
How you doing, Rob? Kelvin, thanks for taking my call.
Yes, sir.
I got a double here. It's the same owner. The Lakers for passing on De Silva over Connect. Dalton Connect is not panning out. He's a bench warmer. We can get someone else to do that. And I got to say, why did we let Corey Seager go? We're forcing Mookie Betts to play short. He didn't want to spend the money then. He also had Trey Turner. He didn't want to spend the money. Look how much money he's spending since then. But 3-peat, we go. Thanks for taking my call.
No doubt.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate all the calls. What did I say, black or white with the Yankees? That one threw me off.
I don't know if you were making a case that they don't boo Trout, but they're booing Judge. I don't remember that.
Yeah, that was the only thing. Rob G, I was like, oh, all right, I didn't get
that's
that
the
one.
way that's the way he heard it. I don't know. I don't remember that being a sticking point, to be honest.
Anybody else got anybody to trash? You trash anything? Anybody with you? I don't think I have anything.
I'm trashing Michael Jordan for
what are
putting
you,
on
Scottie Pippen?
that fraud of a docu-series during COVID called The Last Dance that alienated every single one of his Bulls teammates.
And that saved sports radio, sports debate shows,
and in the process, it cost him all his friends.
I think he's okay with that. I think he
buy
got
new friends.
I just think he has the guy who was in the doc. I think he got a couple of gambling buddies who've been around for years, golf buddies.
He ain't friends with Chuck. He ain't friends with Scotty. He ain't
Charles
friends with
Oakley.
Horace. He ain't friends with Oak. He ain't friends with Paxson.
If he
ain't
met
friends with Phil.
If he met you with a basketball, you ain't his friend. Now, if he met you with a golf club or some poker chips, you might still be a friend hanging around here. But thanks for everybody for the calls. Trash Talk Tuesday. We'll do it again next week as well. There's a comparison between Magic and Bird in MLB. We'll tell you who it is next.
We are Fox Sports.
It's the Odd Couple. You know what time it is. It's your boys.
Let's get it. The Odd Couple is fun.
Check.
And informative.
Check.
What's up, America? You want to talk sports with one and a half of the best-looking guys in the game?
That game was incredible.
You are wrong. You'll be king of the water cooler.
What's it like working with Rob? Rob in his mind is like Chris Rock mixed with Richard Pryor, so I'm running out of fake laughs. Ha ha, Rob. Rob is very passionate.
Son, you ain't ready for this. Well, I don't have BS in my game. I'm straightforward. I'm honest. You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. And, of course, it doesn't hurt that I'm right most of the time. Kelvin is the nice guy, wants to make everybody feel warm and fuzzy.
You done? Let me tell you the truth. I bring the energy, a youthful energy. Rob's not going to see this, is he? And I bring an honest opinion.
Michael Jordan, I can't take it anymore. I need a break. I'm going to go play baseball.
Trash Talking Tuesday is the best.
It's a great opportunity for folks to call in, and they get to trash whomever.
Who you trashing, Roger?
I'm trashing LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
They can't even hold Wilt Chamberlain's shoes.
Stop talking about the king like that. It's a new era. Let LeBron be the best, please.
I only recognize one king in the United States, and that's Burger King.
The connection with the Odd Couple audience is incredible. We really invite them in.
And they can relate, whether it be things about our own personal lives or our takes on sports.
Love you guys. You guys are killing it.
Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with your boys.
They feel like it's just my guys, just my friends, and they join right in on the show.
We talk with the listeners, not at them.
Obviously, you can listen to us live, but you can still check out the podcast. You can check out our YouTube. You can check us out on social media. So in any way you want to get it, you can get it.
Yes.
There's some yelling. It is some hot takes. It's a whole lot of fun. I'll give you that.
It is fun.
I agree. Begrudgingly.
The Odd Couple.
Sports talk that's too good and too fun.
The New York Knicks have won 6 games in a row. They're leading just 77-72 against New Orleans mid-third quarter. Mid-fourth quarter, the Hornets been blowing out the Kings all night. Right now it is Charlotte, 127-85. Currently at Cleveland, it's now a Cavs lead on Orlando, 57-54. About 4 minutes to go till halftime. Orlando has lost 5 straight, and we're still a couple hours away from the late game starting, Denver at Phoenix. Philadelphia's Paul George returns Wednesday after a 25-game suspension for PEDs. Washington's Trae Young will miss a 5th straight game Wednesday with bruised quad. Jalen Johnson of the Hawks is questionable for Wednesday with shoulder inflammation. He's missed their last 2 games. At the NIT quarterfinals, it started tonight. 1 seed Tulsa has blown a 16-point lead at half at home, and they now trail with 4 minutes to go. Wichita State 74-73 in the lead. I'm Steve DeSager.
I've been covering this league since 1987.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
It is the Odd Couple, hour number 3 on the Trash Talking Tuesday. And don't forget to check us out on the YouTube. That's right. Just search Odd Couple FSR on the YouTube. Again, Odd Couple FSR, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. Olden Polynice is coming up. We got a lot of stuff to talk about last call, but first, we do have some breaking news. How's that?
Breaking news from Fox Sports.
Gentlemen, Hubert Davis, according to ESPN, will not return as North Carolina's head basketball coach. He spent the last 5 years as head coach there. They were 24-9 this past season, but for the second straight year, lost first round of the NCAA tournament. Back to you.
Thank you. No shocker to me. I talked about it the afternoon. I'm not surprised at all. Back-to-back years. It's just not what they're going to accept at North Carolina. Even though he played there, even though he was handpicked, all that other stuff, that's what happens. I say it a million times. Sports has a short menu. Wins and losses. And if you don't get enough wins, they're going to get somebody else in there. You're not surprised by this, are you?
No, we talked about it. I mean, to be honest, I'm shocked they gave him I think because of respect to who he is, what he means to the school, they gave him an extra day or two to kind of think about it. The reports where they were having
talking about it.
They were having conversations. Maybe there's some role.
Once they canceled his radio show that day.
So I think we knew this was coming, but how? How are we going to present it? What are we going to say? How you know how that teams like to do that when they have respect for the people.
You didn't do what you're supposed to. It's a real simple. I don't know why guys act so funny when you get hired. Very few people get to be Jim Boeheim. You know what I mean? And coach for 55 years.
You almost made it, Rob. You have 56 more minutes without mentioning Jim Boeheim. Can you not mention the other person who I won't name to see if you can make it?
Or Tom Izzo
Dang
not win for 26 years. I just think of those guys because we're in tournament time. And when Tom Izzo loses the next round, they'll say he's so great. Look how he got to the Sweet 16. His team is awful. That's what they say when he loses. I'm dead serious.
Hold on, I got to write something down. Right?
It's unbelievable. He got to the Sweet 16 with that team. Oh, my God. Like, that's what they'll say. And then if he wins, look at what he's doing now. Now it's about him and what he did with the team. It's sickening.
Okay. You're not here tomorrow. So, Rob G. Alex, hit me with the one's got to go intro because we're about to do a switch up real quick. Hit me with the one's got to go.
We got to get this.
We're about to.
So five's a crowd. Is that what I'm gleaning here? Five's an uneven number. Figure it out.
This is just in.
Hear me out.
Based off the breaking news, we're doing a one's got to go, a Tuesday edition because you ain't here tomorrow. All right, you keep bringing up Tom Izzo and Boeheim. Boeheim's gone, so I can't use him. So, Rob, one's got to go. What would be worse? A Chiefs win in the Super Bowl, the Lions win in the Super Bowl, Tom Izzo and the Spartans win the tournament this year, LeBron gets his 5th ring, or Ohtani three-peats. Which one was the worst?
No comment. No comment. Why don't you just add Stafford gets another Super Bowl?
Oh, dang it. All right. I'm going to take off Ohtani because I don't think you really dislike him. So I'm going to put in Stafford. That would be the one. Now I'm replacing it. Chiefs win again. Stafford wins again. Lions win a Super Bowl. Spartan and Izzo win another one, or LeBron gets another one. That's a great. I'll pat myself on the back. That is a great list, Kelvin. Which one? One's got to go. The one that you actually would be like, no, this would be the worst if this happened.
I think this is easy. It's easy.
Let me think. Rob G, knowing my guy here, as much as him and Izzo are going to be like Michael Jordan and Isaiah Thomas in the elevator, they're going to fight. I still think, as much as LeBron is LeBron, blah, 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 and the Chiefs, I think it's the Lions. I think the Lions just can't, that can't happen. What do you think? Is it Stafford?
I think it's Stafford. Rob created the stat pad for nickname, copyright infringement pending.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, that's true.
That entire moniker falls apart if he gets a second one.
A guy was selling T-shirts. Rob was on his head about it.
Yep.
All right, is that it? Is it Stafford or is it Lions? I think it's the Lions.
Both are wrong.
Oh.
Ooh, who is it?
Tom Izzo winning another championship.
Wow.
Yo, you for real really don't. This is beyond just like, I just think. This is beyond analytical work, being an analyst. This is like, no, I don't really mess with it.
I just wish I had the tape. When they won the championship in 2000, 2 years later, I said he'd never win another championship. So I'm riding a long.
That is what are we?
Okay,
24 years.
That's 24 years since I said that. I wish I had the tape from the radio in Detroit, and everybody called me a hater, and I'm this, I'm that, and all that other stuff. And even Tom Izzo. And I'm going to say this because people could be listening in East Lansing or whatever. And I had this argument with Tom Izzo when he says, like, I'm always trying to, downplay him or embarrass him or whatever he said it was, something like that. But you could also go in the files of the Detroit News and look where I wrote a column that Tom Izzo should get the Pistons job. So if I had an axe to grind with Tom Izzo, I would have never wrote a column that he should have got. This was after they won in 2000 and the Pistons were looking for a coach.
Oh, yeah.
So why would I write that if I had something personal against Tom Izzo? It's not that. It's just that I think that he won that one championship, and I don't think he'll win another one.
All right, there you have it.
There you go.
So I had a little one aside. So, yeah, Hubert Davis, no surprise to us. Either one of us, we talked about it, and here we are. All right, Rob G. Since in honor of MLB, of course, opening day tomorrow, there was an article kind of putting two guys saving baseball similar to the way the NBA was had with Magic and Bird.
That's right. Shout out to Sports Illustrated MLB writer Tom Verducci. Good dude, been covering baseball since Moby Dick was a guppy.
He used to be at Newsday when I was at the Daily News many 40 years ago.
Big facts. Wrote a long-form piece this week in the magazine on Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani. The premise of the article being that the pair are spearheading the new golden era of baseball. And in it, if you look at the article, you see the pictures online, it's the first time that both of these guys were a part of a singular photo shoot of any sort. Not a commercial, not a TV show, anything. Just those two, Ohtani and Judge. And it was very similar to the Converse sneaker commercial back in the day with Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. And you recall it was these two rivals, the two titans at the time, and they came together for one photo or one commercial. And, of course, not only to help grow the game, but it set up the rivalry moving forward. That these are the two guys you got to watch. So 40 years later, Sports Illustrated does something similar with this photo shoot with Judge and Ohtani. And Verducci says this. Like Bird and Magic, one on the East Coast, one on the West, gobbling up MVPs, playing a sui genre style thanks to their size and strength, Judge and Ohtani are the standard bearers, helping to carry their sport to heights not seen in a generation. Judge and Ohtani and Judge, their greatness separates them from all their contemporaries except from one another. Like a rare conjunction of celestial bodies deep in Atlas's heavens, the wordsmith. Only 7 players have posted back-to-back 50-homer seasons. Judge and Ohtani are the first pair to do it together with at least a 7 WAR in both years. It is baseball kismet that their peaks should align like this and raise the game by the power of 2.
I think he's spot on. I really do. And a lot of the things that work because I think if that lottery would have changed, right, and the position, and Bird came to L.A. and Magic went to Boston, like it was perfect. A great white player in Boston, a showman of a basketball player in that Los Angeles, Hollywood. It was perfect. The NBA was in dire straits when those guys came. They were really, I can remember listening to the radio, and Howard Cosell used to have like a 5-minute little 2-minute sports thing every night on the radio, and he said that there was talk that 5 of the teams were going to break away from the NBA. That's how bad it was, like the Knicks, Celtics, like the Blue Bloods, because it was really bad, drugs, you know what I mean? It was really going in a bad spot. Those two guys came and helped save that league, and then Michael, of course, took it over the top. And in this case, we had a lull in baseball. Not only did we not like the style of playing baseball because of the home run or the strikeout, we lost 25 Hall of Famers. We talk about it all the time. Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, Jeter, Big Papi, Pujols. Like, these are big-time stars, and you don't lose 25 Hall of Famers and your league just kind of plots along and everything's good. There was a down period. And now you look around, there's nothing but great young players everywhere, and now you have 2 guys, both at the most storied franchises in the sport. The Dodgers, home of Jackie Robinson and all that. The Yankees, who have won 27 World Series championships. Then you have New York, Los Angeles, East Coast, West Coast. What Shohei being Asian, you know what I mean? Like what that brings to the game of baseball. Judge, he's mixed. Black people love him. Everybody, you know what I mean? Like, there's somebody you can look up and go, Aaron Judge. There's a lot of things to like between these two guys, and it does. I think Verducci nailed this one.
I literally don't have much to add. I mean, that's what makes this thing great is sometimes you feel like the things just align. That God made it. He was like, I'm going to make a perfect point guard at 6'9" and Magic. You mentioned it. Go play in L.A. And not only that, the key component is, too, those guys won 6 MVPs, and only separated one was Jordan, kind of interrupted that for a minute between Bird and Magic. So it's not only just that, they happened to land there. They also were great. And they actually met in the NBA Finals 3 times. Magic getting the best of them, but they had to meet. We got that. It wasn't just Dodgers, Yankees, they play every now, okay, whatever. No, they got in the World Series, and they actually had a matchup.
Which they hadn't had in
1981 was the last one. So that makes it great because they could just be rival players on opposing leagues, and that be fine and cute and dandy. But they actually had a chance to compete. And I think even small things like Ohtani's, you know this, you've been around him. He's towering. He's bigger than people think. He's 6'4", 6'5", big guy. Aaron Judge is massive, 6'7". You got these big, towering Goliath dudes for these massive franchises. Ohtani does the absolute best he can at trying to be a star in America, as well as obviously a global star, specifically in Japan as well. And I just think, and Aaron Judge is doing the commercials. He got the New Balance. He's doing this. And I think it's been great. And the timing of it is perfect too, Rob. You know this. If this were 12 years ago when guys were like, I don't want to do commercials. I don't want to speak up. You know this. Baseball players, they have all the you've been in I've been in a few. You've been in a gazillion clubhouses. They loud, yo, what's up? And then here comes the question. Oh, well, yeah, we play on them. And then they're done. They're back loud, having a good time. These guys the league is starting to be more personality driven. You're starting to have more fun. You're starting to have showmanship. And then you get these two guys. And the last thing I'll add to it, Rob, because you hit on pretty much everything, is consistency. Magic and Bird were good the entire 80s. Literally, I think one of them was in the finals, I think 9 of the 10 years or something, if I'm not mistaken. It was just insane. So you got these guys who have been consistently good. You sit here and talk about Aaron Judge not hitting 301, not hitting 290, but giving you 50 home runs. Okay, that's good. Dude's batting 320, 330, 340, 40, 50, 60 home runs. And you got Ohtani doing great with the Angels. Then he comes and does great with the Dodgers. So that's the last key component kind of in this recipe, if you will. This last ingredient is consistency. And they've been able to have that. So that's what makes it awesome. And that's what makes it great and perfect timing for the league. Where when we do our picks later, it's not crazy to want to pick these teams.
No, or to think that they're going to win the
MVPs again.
Every year. I mean, going in, somebody else has to be. And we saw Cal Raleigh in Seattle had an unbelievable year, 60 home runs for a catch, and he still couldn't break through.
Yeah,
like that's how big. Normally, you hit 60 home runs.
That's
you're winning
crazy.
an MVP, but it did not happen. All right. 877-99 on Fox. 877-996-6369. It's real simple. Are they the new Magic and Bird? Do you see this comparison? Kelvin and I agree. Maybe you don't. Maybe you do. We just like to hear about where baseball is. These two stars. Do you like them leading the way, winning MVPs, must-see TV when they play, all that kind of stuff? It is the Odd Couple on a Trash Talking Tuesday, where we deliver insight, not noise, right here on Fox Sports Radio. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington. Stick and stay.
Unless you could lose your job, too, in the US of A.
So the Lakers have won 9 of 10, 6 straight, and currently sit third in the West. And that game last night, was a big one because now they sit a full game and a half ahead of Houston. They're sitting third in the West. So question becomes, Do you buy the Lakers, Rob? Are you in? Are you saying, you know what? They got a little formula going. LeBron has been vocal about he doesn't mind taking a step back, whatever it takes for the team to win, and obviously 9-1. They got some good wins in it too. Denver, Houston, a few other good wins as well. So you in?
I'm out. If you ask me if the Lakers were bologna or filet, I'm going with bologna.
Do you want to spell that?
Bolononga. Is that it? How we spell it?
I don't know. You said that one so fast.
BLON. No, here's my issue. Regular season is not postseason. Getting stops, playing defense. I was listening to a lot of NBA analysts, and they were saying what they're shocked about, teams not devising a way to go at Luka, you know what I mean, during a stretch, and just, abuse him, right? Like you can do that. And I think in the playoffs, when you have a series and you're seeing somebody, right, 4 out of 7 nights, you'll come up with a plan. And defensively, I don't think they're good enough. And I think that, and I know people thought you could just outscore everybody last year. Everybody thought that they would be the team.
Austin Reeves giving you almost 30 a game. So
okay,
that's
but,
a huge...
but in the playoffs, he did last year. He didn't. Go back and look at the numbers. He didn't show up in the playoffs. He played poorly. And I'm just saying, the regular season is just different. Like it is. They'll let you get off. They'll let you do your thing for the most part. They're not going to lock down and put all this energy in a regular season games. It's different in the postseason. And I just think those 3 statues out there will not be able to, right, with some of the younger legs and younger players that are in the Western Conference and have a chance to make a run in the postseason. I just don't see them there. And this whole idea, I know it's good. LeBron saying the right thing for right now. We'll see. Now they lose 3 in a row, right? Now is LeBron still on board with this? It's good. It's easy to say that now. You've won 6 in a row and 9 out of 10. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What happens when they lose 3 in a row or 3 out of 4 or something? Then all of a sudden, I think there's an issue. That's just where I'm at. I'm not going to. They're good. They have enough talent. The NBA has enough. A lot of weak teams. They have won some good games during the stretch. So I'm not saying they're all pieces of cake. But I'm not like a run to the Western Conference Finals. No, I don't see it.
And that's the conversation that we're having. Meaning, do I think there's 2 or 3 teams in a playoff matchup they can beat the lower teams? I think they could beat Minnesota. I think they could give Houston a run for the money. Yes, I think they're the Phoenix Suns if they make it. Yeah, there's a handful of teams that the Lakers could beat in a round. The problem is, Rob, they picked a bad time to be trying to do this with LeBron, Austin Reeves, and Luka. I look at this, they got to go through potentially a run of like going through, the Suns who are playing pretty, better than we all thought once all the guys left.
Much better.
Yeah, got to give him credit.
Give Devin Booker credit.
Absolutely.
I did not expect
he's looking
that.
like I didn't need him. I got to the finals without him.
They had Bradley Beal.
Yeah, then you bring KD and Bradley Beal, and we stink. Now they're gone. We're back solid. But you got to go through one of these tougher teams early. These lower teams, but are tough. It could be whoever. Minnesota without Anthony Edwards could drop, and you could end up playing them a first round.
Minnesota's a tough one, too.
Right, and that's what I mean. You got to play the Minnesota. But then you might have to go through like a Denver or something. And then you might have to go through the Spurs. Or
Denver,
the
for whatever reason, has always been a mismatch for the
They match up until the last 5 minutes.
Right.
And Jamal Murray or Jokic wins the game. And I could see that same thing happen where it's a good matchup because it can kind of go bucket for bucket.
And then all of a sudden,
it's just the closer end. But now if you're the Lakers, you're hoping maybe because now you got the better version of Luka that you can close it. But here's a couple of things in their favor. Again, I don't think they're going far. I think the Thunder are winning. The Spurs are right there. I think the winner's going to come out of the West. It'll be Spurs or Thunder, in my opinion.
Oh, I thought the Pistons were winning, no?
No, I didn't say
Okay.
that. I never said that. I like what they're doing, but not right now. Not to win it, no.
Not this year.
Here's a couple of things. They're 20th. We're talking about defense with the Lakers. 20th defensive rating, which isn't, it's bottom third. So that's
20
not
out of 30, right?
That's not gonna cut it. To win a championship, because one thing we often talk about, even those Warrior teams, they were always top 3, number 1 a lot of the times in defensive rating. You usually have to be outstanding defensively. Look at who's number 1 defensively, defensive rating? The Thunder. that. There must have been an angel by, well, me disrespecting her by singing. Fox Sports Radio, our couple, Rob, Kelvin on A. Trash Talking Tuesday, Spirited one. Everybody got some shots, especially me. Last call on the way. On Polynese on the way as well. And by the way, professional wrestling fans, the action continues every week. TNA Thursday Night Impact every week. Don't miss the adrenaline, the drama, and the total nonstop action as you watch your favorite TNA wrestling stars. For showtimes, more information, visit TNAWrestling.com. Top three greatest song of all time, Rob.
Couple of notes for the Odd Couple fans. Tomorrow I will not be on the show, but in San Francisco for opening day. Also, tomorrow the podcast will drop Inside the Parker as we start our regularly scheduled podcast, which will usually be every Thursday. But because the season starts with that one
Wednesday.
game, the Yankees at the Giants, we'll do that. And also on social media, if you want to check it out, it's my 40th year covering Major League Baseball, and we're doing a special series where I'm telling stories about different things that have happened over those 40 years covering baseball. Today was the first one.
What was it? I didn't see it. What was it?
Yeah, just about the idea that I grew up in a neighborhood where Babe Ruth's house was in my neighborhood.
Yeah, you told me. Yeah, that's
so
dope.
so you could check it out on X, or you could check it out on IG. Either MLB Network is linked to it, as well as MLB Bro, and of course Rob Parker, MLB Bro. So check those things out. We're going to have a lot of stuff to do baseball-wise, but don't forget the podcast. Please download it tomorrow and subscribe. Inside the Parker, wherever you get your podcast. All right, 877-99 on Fox is the number. We're talking about the comparison of Bird and Magic compared to Ohtani and Judge. And Tom Verducci in Sports Illustrated came up with this. I think it's clever. I think it's on point. I don't think it's a stretch. Where are you? 877-99 on Fox. Andre in Massachusetts. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's happening?
Hey, what's going on? Thanks for taking the call. Shout out to Sade in the awesome 80s. And we certainly got some smooth operators. What are we talking about? Coast to coast, L.A. to Chicago. You know what I'm saying? That's Sade. And that's what we have
I
right
hate to
here.
tell her, though, that Chicago's not on the coast, but it's okay.
Hold on, let her rock.
It's
It is on the coast, sort of. It's on the edge.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
coastal.
No,
Lake Michigan.
I hate to tell you, it's Midwest, even so much so that Detroit and Chicago have an hour time difference between them. That's how Midwest
She's just saying
is.
on the coastline
I
of the
know.
Lake Michigan.
Go ahead. I'm just saying. Sade's my girl. Go ahead, Dre.
That's right. A little lesson for the youngsters out there. If Sade said it, it's a fact, bottom line, and we just move forward from there. But this is a great comparison with Magic and Bird because these two stars, and they're in the two biggest markets in the country, and they're built for that. Both of them. Shohei, it's great for him being in Los Angeles because it not only brings that huge market, but also the Japanese market across the Pacific, Judge being in the Big Apple. And these guys are about the work. They're about the game. I love it. Aaron Judge is a Cape League alum, played for the Brewster Whitecaps, so I like to see him shining bright. But these guys, they love baseball. We don't have any of this nonsense load management for it. They're showing up every day.
They play.
They want to be there.
The biggest stars play. That's a good point, Dre. Really.
So it's good for the game. Keep growing the game. I'm thrilled about the new season. Automated ball strike system, the pitch clock. Keep growing the game, baseball. Thanks for taking the call.
No doubt. Appreciate you, Dre.
Yep. How about Chili Tim in Atlanta? I know he has his Brave season tickets. He's ready for the season. What's up, Chili?
No doubt, Rob. We ready. Well, we got a lot of players starting off on the IL. So
I know.
We got to jump to, and I'm hoping Ronald, he starts out like he played for Venezuela. I'm looking for that Ronald for the Atlanta Braves.
And if they just, what? If they could just hold it together until they get everybody, not fall into a big hole. You remember last year, Tim, they fell into a big hole and couldn't get out of it.
Yeah, we couldn't dig ourselves out of it. But I'm hopeful for this season. Real quick, Hubert Davis had to go too. He's had some really good teams, some really good players, and it's just like his voice just wasn't being heard. I mean, that 19-point lead.
You can't blow it. You can't blow that. Come on.
It sickened me, man. I got sick. I hadn't watched the tournament since then. But I agree that
Ohtani and
Judge and Ohtani, because you think about, we had Bryce Harper and we thought Mike Trout that they could do it, but they couldn't. They couldn't win. Like Trout couldn't win consistently, and like he stayed hurt.
Right.
Bryce Harper was okay, and he still did okay, but he wasn't winning consistently, playing a lot of meaningful games. But these two guys are winning, and they're consistent, and they're playing in meaningful games, and they kind of fill the void. Because, we tried for years to push Mike Trout out there, but he just couldn't pull it off. And like I said,
as good as he is.
Just didn't resonate. Yeah.
Just didn't resonate with him, but these guys are doing it. And so, I think they're perfect for the game. And again, they both play for teams that people love to hate.
Yep.
Which is a perfect thing. Back in the day, Rob, when the Dodgers had Davey Lopes and
Ron Say.
Ron Say, I used to love the Dodgers back then. I hated the Yankees back then, but I love the Dodgers. But I kind of hate them now. But it kind of comes back to baseball. Like when I was a kid, you kind of getting that rivalry back, and those guys being on the West from a different coast like that, the biggest market, and being good, I think it's great for baseball. Yeah, I'm hopeful that the Braves will kind of pull it off. I'm hopeful we can hold it in and pull it out. We'll see what happens.
There you go.
Well, guys.
No doubt, man. We'll see you, Tim.
And I'll see you in Atlanta for a game, Tim. I know we didn't make it happen last year, but definitely.
Yeah.
And if you're in San Francisco tomorrow and you see me there and I'm walking around with a hot dog with no bun,
that's kind of wild.
Just holler at me. I'll definitely be there.
Beer
tomorrow.
on you?
I didn't say beer on anything.
My headphones are
No, I know your headphones are bad because there's no way I'm buying $19 beers for anybody, including myself.
You ain't lying about that. All right, appreciate everybody. We got Olden Polynice on the other side of the update. Here's Steve DeSager on What's Trending. Hey, Steve.
Hey there, in the Dodgers' final exhibition, Shohei Ohtani has just pitched 4+ innings, 11 strikeouts against the Angels. Halos have just taken a 1-0 lead top of the 5th at Dodger Stadium. MLB's opening game is Wednesday night, streaming only. Yankees at San Francisco. Most teams open on Thursday, including Pittsburgh, and Paul Skeens at the Mets. Mets shortstop Francisco Lindor is due to play in Thursday's opener after hand surgery. He went 3 for 19 at the plate in spring. Tampa Bay pitcher Ryan Pepio went on the IL with hip inflammation. North Carolina basketball coach Hubert Davis will not return after 5 seasons there. The Tar Heels lost in the first round of the NCAAs the last 2 years. Tulsa has just won its quarterfinal, opening the NIT quarters tonight. They're a 1 seed in that tournament, and despite blowing a 16-point halftime lead, Tulsa beat Wichita State 83-79. The NCAA men's Sweet 16 starts on Thursday night. Just 4 NBA games this evening. Charlotte destroyed Sacramento 134-90. The Hornets from 3-point range were 26 for 55. The Knicks have won 6 in a row. They're leading at home with 8.5 minutes to go against New Orleans, 100-96. Cleveland ahead of Orlando, 74-68 early in the third. Orlando trying to break a 5-game losing streak. The late game starts after 11 p.m. Eastern Time, Denver at Phoenix. Philadelphia's Paul George returns Wednesday after a 25-game suspension for PEDs. Golden State's Steph Curry with the bad knee will miss another game Wednesday. He's being reevaluated this week. Moses Moody of the Warriors is out for the year with a torn patellar tendon from last night. Anthony Edwards of Minnesota is still limited to individual work. He's out with knee inflammation. Trae Young of Washington will miss a 5th straight game on Wednesday with a bruised quad. And Jalen Johnson of the Hawks is questionable for Wednesday, shoulder inflammation. He's missed their last 2 games. Back to you.
Steve, have an excellent night. Thank you so much. It's the odd couple, Rob and Kelvin, on a Trash Talking Tuesday. And if you're into video games, celebrities, or just a good time, the Global Gaming League is a video game league with celebrity-owned teams from T-Pain, Neo, and you compete in everything from Call of Duty to Tetris. Make sure you go sign up and join the league now at globalgamingleague.com. Join now by our man, Olden Polynice, former NBA vet, Fox Sports Radio NBA analyst, Olden Polynice 1 on X. Olden, what's up, man?
Hey, guys. How y'all doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Rob, awesome. I'm going to start here. Something we were talking about earlier, we disagreed on. No surprise there. No surprise there. Wemby asked about, hey, why are you an MVP? Why should you be? And he kind of broke it down in 3 different phases. One being he plays defense, which is 50%. Then he said he scored. And then he said, they basically swept, using his terms, basically swept OKC. I didn't mind it. I thought I like that he wasn't a vanilla answer and that he's just being real. And Rob had I'll let him speak for himself, but he didn't think he doesn't pot the politic.
You don't need to do that. You don't need to be Draymond Green running around telling everybody you should be the defensive player of the year. I think, Olden, your play speaks for itself. And Wemby's going to be a great one. He doesn't need to make a laundry list and tell people why he should be the MVP. That's all I'm saying.
But why not?
That was my point.
You know, I'll throw it back at you.
Job.
Why not?
That's not your job.
Wait,
you don't need to say that. You don't have a vote. You don't have a vote.
Now you are pigeonholing him. Okay, 1 minute you guys want the athletes to be, out there open, extroverts and be honest, but then all of a sudden, you get the guy doing it, and now you're saying, oh, no, it was wrong. No, hold on. Let me say this. I thought it was so refreshing to hear this young man, and he did something that we rarely see nowadays. He used common sense. Okay? He just broke it down, and he gave you number 1, number 2, and number 3. You can agree, disagree, it doesn't matter. But I thought it was refreshing seeing that from an NBA player more so than anything else, because we finally got somebody that's not, just no comment, or giving you some bum answer. Come on now, stop.
Now, let me say this. I totally disagree. That's so vain. You don't need to make your own case. You don't have a vote. Well, I'm just telling you why. You don't need to do that. And all the greats don't do that. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. No, I don't have a vote for that. But I'm just saying to you, I would not. Like when Draymond went around last year trying to tell people to vote like he's trying to win another Defensive Player of the Year. I just think it's vain and it's unnecessary.
That's not what Wemby did.
Yep, no. And you don't have to answer every question because the media asks you. We do want them to be honest.
Okay,
hold on, let me say this. We do want them to be honest. But you know what, Olden, you can also say, which would have been just fine, is that's not for me to decide. But I believe that I'm doing all I can do. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Rob,
no, it's not.
Yes, he did.
Totally disagree.
Okay, so why is it that when they gave it to Embiid instead of Joker, but Joker had the year he didn't win it was probably one of his best up to that point.
Yeah, but that was
Michael Jordan didn't win every year, and he should have won every year.
No, he shouldn't have. Not every year.
Argument, come on.
I'm not buying it. You
Michael
do not have
Jordan's
to do
MVP
that.
of the NBA.
I don't. Go get me the tape. Go to YouTube and show me where Michael Jordan had to make a case for being MVP.
No,
or telling people.
Michael Jordan made
make a case. You don't need to make a case. No, but you don't need to make a case, is my point.
But he didn't. He was asked a question.
That doesn't mean he has to answer it. That doesn't mean he has to answer it. That's just
why not, Rob?
Because you don't. I'm a reporter for 40 years. I'm a reporter for 40 years. You don't. I ask questions all the time, and I don't expect you to answer every one. You don't have to answer it. I'm not hating on Wemby. I made a song for Wemby. Am I against Wemby? No. I made a song for him, but there's no way I think that anybody should be doing that. I don't.
Hey, Rob,
I don't like it when Draymond did it, and I don't like it when Wemby did it.
Hey, Rob, did Wemby disappoint you?
What do you mean?
You sound disappointed.
You and I are on the same page. I just thought it was refreshing because we need a mixture of things. You're going to have your Tim Duncan kind of guy. Then you're going to have your Charles Barkley.
Tim Duncan
have
did
your
just
Shaq.
fine. Tim Duncan did just fine, and he didn't need to say that.
Rob, the point you're missing is he did not stump for himself. What he said was, okay, I believe I'm the best defensive player, which is arguably a true statement.
Olden, how many times did you hear Michael Jordan be asked if he was the GOAT or not? How many times?
A lot.
Okay, and how many times? And how many times did he say he was the GOAT? I'll wait. Because he never said it. He never said it because he don't need to say it, and that's my point.
Why? Michael Jordan is Michael Jordan. Victor Wembanyama is Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, but he's a great player. I have great expectations for him. He's going to be great, and he's going to win MVPs. He doesn't need to do that. And just because a reporter asks you that.
He was helping the writers and the voters. He was just giving clarification on what you're supposed to look for. That's all he was doing.
My answer would have been, it's not for me to decide. That's what you guys do.
But
Next question.
Rob.
Next question.
No one asked you the question.
All right,
Rob.
let's move on because we won't agree. We'll agree to disagree on this.
Of course, and it's okay. I still love you.
That's okay. I don't love you tonight, but it's okay.
A disappointed parent.
That was my question. Let y'all cook for a minute. Olden, you sounded like me our first time. Everything you said is what I was saying there.
Yeah, well, you know how Rob is.
Now, let me go. Let me go here. Right now, I'm watching the Knicks, who are up 3. We got the Knicks going on against the Pelicans. But in the Eastern Conference, we talk a lot about the West. But in the Eastern Conference right now, is this Boston's to lose? They did a great job of holding for it. Got to give Jaylen Brown a lot of credit and the coach there as well. And then all of a sudden, you had some will say the best player, one of the best players in the league, and Jason Tatum back. Is it theirs to lose, or do you just say, hey, don't sleep on the Pistons, don't sleep on the Knicks, or someone else?
Well, I still like the Pistons once Kay Cunningham comes back, but I believe they're right now the best team in the East, regardless of Jason Tatum or not. But I do believe that, to your point, the Boston Celtics did an incredible job maintaining what they had because I honestly thought they were tanking this year. And so when, for whatever reason, they turned it around and it propelled them to what they are now, and then Jason coming back, they have a shot. They have a legitimate shot of coming out the East. But again, I'm still leery on that injury. I don't know if he's got, he's put up some nice numbers, but I know that thing's still playing in the back of his mind, especially if he goes during the playoffs, he goes to that right spot where he got injured, and that PTSD kicks in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's going to be interesting to see. Yeah, if he stays healthy, as long as he didn't do some type of Kevin Durant and coming back too early.
Is K going to be 100% when he get back?
He won't be 100. No.
So
collapsed lung. I'm not a doctor, so I don't know what that entails.
They're not even reevaluating him for a couple of weeks.
Can I say something?
Yeah, you're on the radio.
To Rob's point, maybe I'm going to agree with this. At the rate we're going, it won't even matter because with this 65-game rule, most of these guys most likely will be disqualified anyway. We're just going to flip a coin to see who's there.
Well, the NBPA, the Players Association, wants to change the rule that they also agreed to 2 years ago.
They do.
And that was where me and Rob do agree that, no, the rule needs to stand. Look, I did the math I told Rob earlier. If you look at the numbers, most MVPs played an average of 93% of the season. They played 76 of the 82 games.
And they're only saying 65. They're not even saying 75. Right.
Exactly.
Come on,
Would
man.
you change the rule if you were a Players Association, or are you saying no, it is fine where it is?
There's a whole bunch of other rules I would have changed a long time ago to where we don't have this crap that we have now. Okay?
Well, keep talking. Like what?
I would have had it. What they need to do is have an extended training camp where your body get used to the rigors of the NBA instead of this crap of 3 days, 4 days.
And then the season starts. Right. You used to have a training camp.
Yeah.
We used to actually have a training camp. That's where you got ready.
But now I guess you're right. They're just kind of coming in and saying you'll get ready during. They're doing a Shaquille O'Neal, get healthy and get in shape during the season.
But you don't. Your body's not used to it because now you're going hard. You're going 95, 100, and the body's not ready for 95, 100.
No doubt. Hey, Olden, man, we appreciate it. As always, we'll do it again soon.
All right, guys.
No doubt. Olden Polynice, give him a follow. Olden Polynice 1 on X. Last call, 877-99 on Fox. 877-99 on Fox. Last call coming up. It is the Odd Couple. You want to get in, haven't had a chance to do so. This is your chance to do it. It's the Odd Couple on Fox Sports Radio. Hit us up.
It's last call time on the Odd Couple. If you had a take and couldn't get in all show, here's your chance.
Your call's important to us.
Call us at 877-99 on Fox. Hurry up. Rob and Kelvin got to get out of here.
So the Lakers have won 9 of 10, 6 straight, and currently sit third in the West. And that game last night, was a big one because now they sit full game and a half ahead of Houston. They're sitting third in the West. So question becomes, Do you buy the Lakers, Rob? Are you in? Are you saying, you know what? They got a little formula going. LeBron has been vocal about he doesn't mind taking a step back, whatever it takes for the team to win, and obviously 9-1. They got some good wins in it too. Denver, Houston, a few other good wins as well. So you in?
I'm out. If you ask me if the Lakers were bologna or filet, I'm going with bologna.
Do you want to spell that?
Bolononga. Is that it? How we spell it?
I don't know. You said that one so fast.
BLON. No, here's my issue. Regular season is not postseason. Getting stops, playing defense. I was listening to a lot of NBA analysts, and they were saying what they're shocked about, teams not devising a way to go at Luka, you know what I mean, during a stretch, and just, abuse him, right? Like you can do that. And I think in the playoffs, when you have a series and you're seeing somebody, right, 4 out of 7 nights, you'll come up with a plan. And defensively, I don't think they're good enough. And I think that, and I know people thought you could just outscore everybody last year. Everybody thought that they would be the team.
Austin Reeves giving you almost 30 a game. So
okay,
that's
but
huge...
but in the playoffs, he did last year. He didn't. Go back and look at the numbers. He didn't show up in the playoffs. He played poorly, and I'm just saying, the regular season is just different. Like it is. They'll let you get off. They'll let you do your thing for the most part. They're not going to lock down and put all this energy in a regular season games. It's different in the postseason. And I just think those 3 statues out there will not be able to, right, with some of the younger legs and younger players that are in the Western Conference and have a chance to make a run in the postseason. I just don't see them there. And this whole idea, I know it's good. LeBron saying the right thing for right now. We'll see. Now they lose 3 in a row, right? Now is LeBron still on board with this? It's good. It's easy to say that now. You've won 6 in a row and 9 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? What happens when they lose 3 in a row or 3 out of 4 or something? Then all of a sudden, I think there's an issue. That's just where I'm at. I'm not going to. They're good. They have enough talent. The NBA has enough. A lot of weak teams. They have won some good games during the stretch. So I'm not saying they're all pieces of cake. But I'm not like a run to the Western Conference Finals. No, I don't see it.
And that's the conversation that we're having. Meaning, do I think there's 2 or 3 teams in a playoff matchup they can beat the lower teams? I think they could beat Minnesota. I think they could give Houston a run for the money. Yes, I think they're the Phoenix Suns if they make it. Yeah, there's a handful of teams that the Lakers could beat in a round. The problem is, Rob, they picked a bad time to be trying to do this with LeBron, Austin Reeves, and Luka. I look at this, they got to go through potentially a run of like going through, the Suns who are playing pretty, better than we all thought once all the guys left.
Much better.
Yeah, got to give him credit.
Give Devin Booker credit.
Absolutely.
He's
looking like I didn't need him. I got to the finals without him.
They had Bradley Beal.
Yeah, then you bring KD and Bradley Beal, and we stink. Now they're gone. We're back solid. But you got to go through one of these tougher teams early, these lower teams, but are tough. It could be whoever. Minnesota without Anthony Edwards could drop, and you could end up playing them a first round.
Minnesota's a tough one, too.
Right, and that's what I mean. You got to play the Minnesota. But then you might have to go through like a Denver or something. And then you might have to go through the Spurs. Or
Denver,
the
for whatever reason, has always been a mismatch for the
They
for the
match
Lakers.
up until the last 5 minutes.
Right.
And Jamal Murray or Jokic wins the game. And I could see that same thing happen where it's a good matchup because it can kind of go bucket for bucket.
And then all of a sudden,
it's just the closer end. But now if you're the Lakers, you're hoping maybe because now you got the better version of Luka that you can close it. But here's a couple of things in their favor. Again, I don't think they're going far. I think the Thunder are winning. The Spurs are right there. I think the winner's going to come out of the West. It'll be Spurs or Thunder, in my opinion.
Oh, I thought the Pistons were winning, no?
No, I didn't say
Okay.
that. I never said that. I like what they're doing, but not right now. Not to win it, no.
Not this year.
Here's a couple of things. They're 20th. We're talking about defense with the Lakers. 20th defensive rating, which isn't, it's bottom third. So that's
20
not
out of 30,
yeah,
right?
That's not gonna cut it. To win a championship, because one thing we often talk about, even those Warrior teams, they were always top 3, number 1 a lot of the times in defensive rating. You usually have to be outstanding defensively. Look at who's number 1 defensively, defensive rating? The Thunder. Fox Sports Radio, it is the Odd Couple. Rob and Kelvin on a Trash Talking Tuesday. A great one at that. Thank you for the spirited Trash Talking Tuesdays. The calls, I should say. Shout out to Olden Polynese. Just chopped it up with him. You can get that on the pod after we get off the air. If you miss any of today's show, you're going to want to catch the podcast. Just search the Odd Couple wherever you get your podcast right after the show. Today's podcast is going to be posted, and be sure to follow the podcast. And when you do, as Rob always likes to say, rate us 5 stars. We deserve it. Do it! That's right. You can even provide a review. Again, just search the Odd Couple wherever you get your podcast. You're going to find today's full show. It's a best of version right after the show as well. And again, thank you to Olden. Thank you to Ephraim as well, who joined. Thank you to Ricky Ricardo. Great show, so we'll get that up for you in a little bit. All right, it is now time for Last Call.
This is the last call. Last call.
It's last call. Last call time on the Odd Couple.
Last call. Who we got?
Kevin from Culver City. You are the last caller here on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio.
God is good.
All the time.
Hey, I was at the B2K show Sunday. The guys were, I was talking to Mari. The guys were looking for the 6-member Kelvin. Where were you at, man? You set everybody up, man. I mean, had all the moves there. I mean,
that's pretty funny.
Where's Kelvin at, man?
Hey, they told me, they said, Kevin, they said, you lose 15 pounds, you can get back on tour. They kicked me off and said I got to lose 15. So give me another, what are we in? March, give me a J month. Give me a J month. June or July, I'll be back.
You'll come out for the second leg.
Yeah, I'll be exactly. Bump. I'm back.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Hey, this kid, Darren Peterson, I looked at him, I said, you know what? He looked kind of like Michael Jordan in North Carolina to me with that athleticism. His ability to shoot the ball so quick. When you have a quick release and you're athletic too and you can shoot, that's a great combination. I don't care what he says. I don't feel like playing today. I would draft him. There's no competent NBA GM who's not going to draft that kid, and if he doesn't, he should be fired. I saw something where they said Indiana might like Cameron Boozer over him. I said, you must be out of your mind. They should fire everybody in that front office. This kid is a superstar. We want to talk about maybe potential face of the league. This guy's got it because he looks like a star. And I'm telling you one thing, too. I don't care if people say, well, you might have another player around him or one or two. Don't be Clyde Drexler in Portland and say, hey, we already got a guy. You make it work. This kid's box office, Rob, I'm with you. I don't care. You draft the kid. And look, if you don't ball, that's all I care about.
If you don't draft him as a GM and that guy becomes that's on you. Like there are people, Kevin, that you have to, he's going to have to fail. You know what I mean?
We tried.
He's going to have to fail. Like, there are people I'm taking this guy. He's going to have to fail, and then I'll have to live with that. But it ain't going to be, I'm smarter than everybody in the room. I don't take him, and he becomes a star somewhere else. There's different degrees, and I agree with you, Kevin. I agree.
Too much upside.
No doubt. Appreciate it. Rob G, who am I missing?
Got it.
Who else is out there? Kind of the phenoms. Acuff, Peterson, Boozer, Devonta. Who am I missing?
Caleb Wilson.
Caleb Wilson, yep. Man.
That's pretty much the 5. Everyone else from there is eye of the beholder.
Who you like?
Acuff.
That's tough. Yeah, I told man.
He's tough, man.
I'm going Acuff.
I don't care they don't play defense.
What is defense?
Yeah.
No, I'm going a good coach can get him to play enough defense, right? I'm not saying
it's an effort thing.
100%.
It's just if you don't try, then I got a problem with you. It's just effort. It's just like going for rebounds. You know this. You play basketball.
Dennis Rodman, he wasn't the fastest, wasn't the best jumper, but he was going after all of them. They look good. Peterson looks insane. He's sneaky athletic, can shoot. I have no idea what he would look like if he had played complete games. He might be the greatest player we've ever seen. That's right. Who you got? Let me guess.
I could say you could check out Inside the Parker.
This time it counts.
This time it counts, Rob. Padres?
It's always the same.
Padres
on the podcast.
Let me just write
I couldn't even keep a straight face for the YouTube version of the podcast, but taking the Yankees over the Padres.
Boy, let me tell y'all about this brand muffin I sit next to.
Wow.
That's just it.
Did I do that?
Alex,
The Yankees in 6.
but this time it counts. All right.
This time, it counts.
Okay, you got the Dodgers over the Tigers. Let me hear this one. All right.
I thought long and hard.
Who you got?
I have the Dodgers. We know that.
Over the Tigers.
No, I wanted to go the Tigers, but I don't think they have enough. And I wanted to go the Yankees because I just thought that'd be awesome. But I'm going Mariners.
Mariners.
I'm going Mariners. I went Mariners. This time it counts.
Julio Rodriguez, he already won. He said that he don't care about a World Series.
Counts.
Julio can't win
He
one.
heard
in his career.
you.
I want him to only win a WBC.
I didn't say he had to win it. He's just
Never.
going to get there.
Okay.
He's just going to, you already know the Dodgers three-peating. Back to back to back
All
to
right,
back to
I'll
back
be
to
in
back to
San
back.
Francisco tomorrow. My God, I can't believe it. Baseball season is here. So excited.
Enjoy it, man. But when you get back, I'll be gone. I'll be in Syracuse, man. Ephraim Salam's going to join in tomorrow. That'd be a good one. Go to RG Lounge. That's the Chinese food spot. Go there when you're out there in San Fran. Frisco,
The
that is.
Jason
They don't
Smith
like San
Show
Fran.
with Mike Harmon is coming up next.
I never miss your radio show. I never hear it, so I never miss it.
Did you hear that?